Welcome, everybody, to another live stream episode. Coronamania is back. It's in for its second installment here. Can't be more excited to be doing this today with all these incredible people. We'll have them introduce themselves. We'll go around the corner. I am the Outlaw, John Rocha, and, of course, the guy who put this thing together. He is the Darkitect himself. Chris Burns, take it away, my man.
What's up, people? Hope you're excited about this. In the Rodzilla, old school.
Oh, shit.
Vintage boy.
Shit.
So you can tell I'm excited.
Oh,
I got
what?
my
I need to go change my
brother
shirt.
here. Why don't you go introduce yourself, Tyler? Why don't you go first?
Well, I'm a big Utah Jazz fan. Good morning. Hi, I'm Tyler. I don't know. I do a bunch of nonsense on the internet. Is what I do.
And we got
What's up? I'm David Arquette. Former
WCW World Heavyweight Champion David
I
Arquette.
have a
right.
film called You Cannot Kill David Arquette coming out soon.
And the man, the myth, the legend, the infamous Enzo. What's up, dude?
How you doing? Yeah. I got this guy on a microphone for you.
Oh, no.
On a phone. Wait. There we go. This guy in the room. How you doing?
I don't.
Now we're about to get into it. We're about to check out Bash at the Beach 1998. The world is going crazy about The Last Dance on ESPN. The Bulls, their last title run, championship run, legendary. And this took place right in the middle of that. Didn't Rodman, he not show up to a couple, games or practices so that he could get involved with the NWO and WCW? Remember correctly?
Yeah, that's go ahead, Tyler. Yeah.
I think he missed the practice before Game 4 so that he could show up at WWE.
That's how crazy the 90s were. Like, you could
was-
not get away with that now.
It was that Ted Turner side agenda, you know what I mean? Throwing that NWO on them T-shirts, boy.
Now,
Had to get that goddamn Rodman out there. Hey, we got Rodman out there in the NBA wearing that NWO T-shirt, boy. Send him over to talk to Kim Jong-un.
now, we talked about it a little bit before, but this is the equivalent of LeBron James or Draymond Green leaving in the middle of the finals to go fight John Cena. And the social media is so different now. It'd be the biggest thing in the world everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love it. Let Ric Flair be Ric Flair, damn it.
Yeah, imagine LeBron James had to fly to Vegas to find J.R. Smith.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we sure that he hasn't? Are we sure that he hasn't?
No,
At least
definitely not.
Delonte West, from what I hear.
Yeah. Well, we just lost David, so when he comes back in, we'll put him back onto the stream. But
on.
This is what
All
we're
right,
going to do watching Bash at the
Not
Beach.
even watching. Let's
You
play.
guys queued up?
Yeah. Just let you all know, we do have the super chats going. We do have the Streamlabs going. So streamlabs.com/John Rocha says, or John Rocha, go and send the stuff in. We'll read your comments and bring them up on the air for people to enjoy. So send in your Streamlabs, send in your super chats as we're watching this thing. All right, my man.
What does everyone remember about this review?
Oh.
Not a goddamn thing, man.
I remember
straight up with you guys. I don't know the names of any of the pay-per-views I ever watched growing up. Ones that I participated in, I really don't know. I know that WrestleMania 33 was the one I was in. I know that that I did Survivor Series and won a title, and that's it. Outside of that, you're talking about there's crazy names. It's fucking Outlaw on Fire, fucking 3, and Great Balls of Fire. I was in that. I know that. You know what I'm saying? There's a pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire. Nobody realizes these things.
David, how this 1998? When did Ready to Rumble come out?
Shit, man. Right around 99, 2000. Because I won the championship in 2000. That was to promote it.
Right.
Was Rodman around?
Yeah. Shit, I ran into Rodman a few times throughout the years.
I
I
could
did this
imagine.
old show called Double Rush, and it was during that whole time period when it was just started being a little out there. And And yeah, he came on and was an actor on it. It was funny.
Did you see him down the road, brother? Your brother?
Oh yeah, I've seen him all along the.
Was it a
along
fucking
the
brother
road.
conversation? Yes,
Oh, yeah,
in ring, fucking dynamics.
I've never like hung out and partied or anything with them.
I gotta find that to be like a cool like side conversation at any one of these celebrity parties.
I don't care.
And David
I
Arquette
talk
over
about
the
all
corner,
my bullshit.
talk about their runs in WCW.
You guys, yeah, you remember when we main evented various WCW pay-per-views?
Hell of a side conversation.
Yeah, all I remember is Slamboree too.
Well, I was a massive NWO fan through the whole 90s. This is where I grew up with NWO. I mean, I was for life forever. And when they got Rodman, who was quietly one of my favorite basketball players because he was such a great rebounder, I was like, this is brilliant. And to put him against straight-laced Karl Malone, I didn't think it was possible to go, especially during the NBA season, for them to be able to pull this thing off. And it showed the power of WCW at that time, just before it starts to go down, that they could get these two premier athletes to be the main event. This wasn't Jay Leno versus, but this is Karl Malone versus Dennis Rodman. So for me, I remember being extremely excited.
Isn't David Arquette winning the championship.
Ted Turner, boys.
No, but
Ted Turner, NBA, WCW. Come on. Draw correlations here.
True. It's true.
All the wrestlers.
We're talking about
And all those guys said Karl
NWO
Malone
t-shirts
was
here. I'm not going down the wormhole. I'm just speaking the facts.
DDP was saying Karl Malone was the like best celebrity in the ring, athlete, any of those guys that he ever worked with.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm curious to like hear from the guys who have wrestled, like watching these pro athletes, if they're actually decent.
Yeah.
I'm curious to get that take on it.
Hey, I need to show everybody this because this is real life proof. Everybody sees who this is, right? All right, this is KJ Malone, Karl Malone's son. All right,
Nice.
Yeah.
KJ. Now watch. I'm gonna hit messages. Okay, we're gonna go to the top here. And you want to read it or can you?
Yeah, you got to read it.
I'll read it for you. What's up, bro? Just want to let you know your music is fucking great. Me and my pops listen to it while we're working out. Can't wait.
Oh,
Bro.
Oh, that's
How you doing? How you doing?
I love it.
That's
I
amazing.
love it, bro. Imagine getting that DM, opening it up, and imagining in your young mind a Karl Malone working out to your music in his channel.
Yeah. Enzo, how is your Twitter bio not Karl Malone works out to my music?
Right.
Oh, God, bro. I don't know, dude. But I'm taking this screenshot, and I'm going to send it to Chris just so you can see it per person right now. It's gold. I fucking hadn't thought about that until we started talking about Karl Malone.
That's one of my favorite things about this situation. Like Karl Malone, when that shirt came off, he was more jacked than 80% of the roster.
but true.
Like, it's just like freaking me out.
Oh, God. He's legend.
But the same thing happened with Kevin Eubanks when the Jay Leno thing happened. That dude had guns.
Unexpected.
That's because Kevin took all that shit for being his band leader. So he was like, I got to lift weights because people are going to come at me for that shit.
He went hard as shit. And John Stockton, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, man. John Stockton, dog.
They had like such dads on that team. They had Jeff Hornacek.
I couldn't believe it. They coached every woman coached their 12-year-old. They had 3 children. They had 4 wives. They were all Mormons. Unbelievable. They were all dads.
All right, you guys ready to get started?
Yeah. We're just going to start from the beginning, or where are we starting from?
Yeah, I'm queued up. We'll probably skip around. We'll probably not
Okay.
watch the whole thing. And we'll just get your comments as they go, Dave, as long as you can hang around. We appreciate you coming in saying hi.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. I was telling you guys before we started, I gotta watch these kids in a second, and I don't have the whole setup here, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, for
All right.
sure. All right, I'm starting in 3, 2, 1.
How do you guys like being a little bit behind or a little ahead? I don't like hearing the echo. I like being a little ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, I like being a little bit ahead.
You said 3, 2, 1. I clicked on the right before the 1.
Oh, I forgot about Kevin Green being in this thing. Oh, that's right.
Oh my God, that's right. He was friends with Goldberg, right?
That's right. NFL superstar at the time, Kevin Green, right?
Didn't they bring him in before that with like the whole Flair McMichael angle?
Oh yeah, that's right. Mongo McMichael.
Maybe the worst. That version of the Four Horsemen doesn't exist to me. That's not a real. I don't believe in that version.
It's like the NWO with Stevie Ray. I was like, yeah, that's not really the NWO. Sorry, no.
Who was everyone's favorite version of NWO?
It's always the original for me. It's always the original 3.
Bro,
I have friends who are like Wolfpack dieharders, and I just
Shawn Michaels.
No.
Booker T, the Big Show.
Yeah.
Of
I
all,
hate heels.
I love.
hate heels.
Really?
No, I was part of that match on WrestleMania stage. I told Chris we spoke about it recently. I was in Gorilla because I was in a Terminator mask along with most other NXT talent that were anywhere between, 5'5" and 6 foot tall. Everybody was in a Terminator mask. You were working double duty. So we were all a part of Triple H's entrance, and in Gorilla, right before you go through the curtain, we're sitting there in Terminator masks like marks. Like me, Dawson, Dash, Finn Balor were like nudging each other, like, holy shit. Sting is in face paint and he's meeting Vince McMahon for the first time ever to go through the curtain. We're all in there with Hulk Hogan, Diesel, Scott Hall, X-Pac, New Age Outlaws, Triple H, and we just got these Terminator masks on and these guns, and nobody knows who's who. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't look and see who's who. So we're just like, oh, shit. This is
Oh, they're the Hawaiians. Mike Tenay. Oh man, Mike Tenay.
Iron Mike Tenay. you know that's not even a Hawaiian shirt. That's just an old polo he had.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, he's like, that's as close as he's gonna get.
Mike Tenay showed up to work and was like shit and ran to his trunk.
Oh, I love it. This is so great. What do you take, Shivani, or like who? If you had one guy to call, if you could do one wrestling match, who's the one guy you would pick to call to your match? Like if you had one last,
I'm gonna let you guys go first.
Yeah, one last one to call.
how far are you guys in? My shit skipped a beat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're Shivani and them are all still talking at the desk. Is where I'm at.
Yeah,
We haven't gotten Bell yet.
David, who's your dream commentary team for a match that you'd have? If you could pick one all-time commentary team.
Oh shit, man, I'm bad at this kind of stuff. I mean, I know, like. I'm just bad with
you
names.
guys.
I don't know. I probably did too many drugs or something in my life, or fell on my head too many times. But I love his name. I'm bad with. I'm like dyslexic, so letters and stuff. But the guy on NXT,
Morello.
Mauro Ranallo. Yeah.
Mauro, I'm really bad. If it's
All good.
any kind of not common name, I'm sorry. I love the guy too. I love this documentary. And then I don't know, just Jim Ross probably because he's just such a. But those two together don't really work. I like Shivani. Those two together would probably be great.
Right on.
I'm old school, man. I'm all Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon, man.
That'd be it. The patella.
All day.
Yeah.
I think Jericho's killing it though. I love hearing him on commentary.
He's fantastic.
Good. You want to know what my favorite commentary team was?
Please.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon and Jerry Lawler.
Really?
That's what I grew up on.
Pretty good.
What a maneuver.
Pretty damn good.
When I was growing up on, I didn't know any better, man. They were just shoving that shit down my throat.
I noticed as a kid that Vince didn't know any of the moves. I noticed that
of course
as a
not.
child.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, dude, you know how many times he was buzzing out on that fucking headset and they edit that tape? You know what I mean?
So can I build on this question? I'd like to know which commentator you most want to get a drink with.
Oh, which commentator?
Jesse the Body Ventura. Come on, man. All day.
Oh, yeah, Jesse the Body and fucking Bobby Heenan.
Jesse's a great choice.
Bobby Heenan, man.
Hey, no,
Gorilla's fun.
I have to
Hey,
say,
you guys got Perry Saturn in the ring yet?
He's coming out now.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. I just hit play. I've been waiting for you guys.
Perry
All right, we got Perry Saturn making his way to the ring. I think he's taking on Raven in a Raven Rules match.
Bro, I got plenty of Perry Saturn stories, bro.
Really?
I bet, dude.
Fuck will I ever, boy.
When did you run into Saturn?
When did I not? What the fuck are you talking about? The guy was part of my life for 3 years, bro. He was a assistant coach down in Florida Championship Wrestling in the first year at NXT.
Never knew that.
No, they didn't want anybody to know.
Really? Look at those mullets. You gotta love all the
You
mullets.
gotta understand, Triple H and Build Them Up somehow have a relationship with Perry Saturn where they help him out in those years, and they bring him in as a coach for like a week or two. Bro, I saw him and El Torito, that little Mexican midget.
Yeah.
The WWE had.
Yes.
Bro, they worked the match on the fly because they were just both feeling it, dude. They were just both fucking feeling it. And we all got to watch El Torito get shoot spine busted by Perry Saturn off a crossbody off the top. He's still in his old age in a pair of fucking Nikes, dude. Just caught this kid, fucking Torito, trying to crossbody him off the top. He caught him. He said, fuck that. Flipped him up to his spine buster and just took his shit down. We were all like, oh my God, they're never going to let Perry in here again.
Wow.
Saturn was involved in Ready to Rumble, right, David?
Shit, I mean, fuck, I don't even know or remember. I swear to God, I know one story, but
This
it's
is
RJ
the
City
best
story, but I'm gonna steal it because it's RJ City. But during his WWE tryout, they were like the final thing. Something happened, and Saturn was there, and he had some rings on and something. He said, "Hey, can I see your hands?" And he held up his hands, and he said, "Why?" And he said, "So I could see the rings of Saturn." And he thinks that's why he got like King booted.
Dude, Perry Saturn can fucking go, bro.
Yeah.
He
And like such a unique guy.
I would love to work a Perry Saturn in his prime. Look at him.
He always gets forgotten when they talk about Malenko and Eddie Guerrero and Benoit. It's always Saturn. It's like comes up in the rear, but he was so good for so long. Like he almost never gave you a bad match until the end.
Why, bro? This is just all give and take bullshit. I'm just gonna beat you up on the outside. He went to the top, wasn't feeling it. He came back down and drop kicked him. I don't know if you got at that point yet.
Yeah, smart. He played it off well.
Shit, bro. Fuck your shit. This is good shit.
To answer your question, Tyler, people forget that Randy did commentary for a long time, so it'd be Savage. I would go with Savage for a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Come on now. That's cheating, dude.
He did it for a while.
Oh, come on, bro.
Can I pick Okerlund?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Of course. See, Tyler, I thought you were going to go super obscure and be like Lord Alfred Hayes or something like that.
What's his name who used to sometimes come on with Joey Styles and then he turned into
the quintessential stud muffin, Joel Gardner.
Yeah.
I think he had a faction in WWF that then became the Oddities when they got rid of him. He was Cyrus.
Oh yeah, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Wow.
My answer is Cyrus.
He's in charge of Impact now. That guy.
What? Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, who would that be?
What is Cyrus's actual name? It's not Cyrus.
Who's in charge of Impact? Did I run down the road with this guy? Who is he?
Hold on a second.
So who are the guys that came out with Raven? Is that like early Rhino? Who are the two?
Scotty Riggs and Lodi.
Yeah.
Lodi. I forgot about Lodi. Shit.
My buddy
Don Callis. That's who runs Impact. He was Cyrus.
Yes, I know who that name is. Okay. Yo, dude, man, when were these years soon after ECW? When was Raven's run in ECW?
That was like 95, 96.
96. This is 98.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember this time period. This is good shit.
Yeah, this is Saturn was an original member of Raven's flock in WCW.
Right.
And then he defected, and so that's what this rivalry is.
This is great shit. These are boys putting their best work out there for each other because they worked with each other. They came up with an angle. They pitched it. This guy was one of the guys' fucking cronies. Now it's going to stir into an angle. This is going to buy a storyline, TV time, get a TV match out of it. And two young guys are getting to open this fucking dope-ass pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Like, that's good shit.
Yeah.
I love it when
on top. You got the Hogans of the world. Like, give me a break to get on one of these cards to open it in a one-on-one match. The storyline they had to put together for that.
Well, you've always said, Enzo, that you thought that the first match is probably the best spot, right? If you're not in the main event.
It's fucking no comparison. It's the fucking best spot, bro. You come out first, they just want to see action. They don't give a fuck who you are. And then if you are good or you are somebody or you go out there, you're just never going to get a cleaner reaction than you would in that first match.
Yeah. Because
nobody has set anything up yet. You know, that first near fall that they kick out of, the first time somebody ever kicks out is in that first match.
Right.
That kick out gets a bigger reaction than most wrestling moves are going to get throughout the course of the night.
Plus, you're done. And you get to just chill out and watch the rest of the pay-per-view or hang out in the back and just relax. You get it done and over with.
Talk to me and R-Truth about that.
All right.
Open the show. Hell yeah, I'm down for that.
We were good enough to have Raven on our WrestleMania watch along. We couldn't make it today, but
and now I'm working on a show with him.
Yeah, he's
you know, it's something I hadn't thought about until right now is you had R-Truth on the SmackDown brand opening up the show going, "What's up?" And you had fucking me on the Raw brand going, "How you doing?"
It was a big question motif going on in WWE at the time.
Let's start this night off right. You know?
But Raven, he talked a lot about something that you and I talked about a lot, Enzo, where it's like, he wasn't into like having a whole lot of offense. He was just about selling. You know what I mean? Like just make the other guy look good, and then everything you do becomes more meaningful after that.
Look at this beating he's taking. He went straight to the cell for the start of the match.
Yeah.
Saturn looks like the man because he's hitting everything in the fucking book. And Raven's kicking out of shit so he looks strong. But this is this crony, and he needs to make him look strong. He's giving him all the offense, and he's selling because of the storyline payoff. Like, this is how you do it. This is fucking brilliant. Look, he's going to take his fair stuff. He's going to get everything. Why the fuck did we love Raven as a kid? I fucking loved him.
Love Raven.
Love him still. The guy has probably the most random bank of knowledge I've ever met in any other human being.
Oh, Raven's pun game is very strong.
Yeah, very strong.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I've never had a conversation with him.
He's got dad jokes for days.
So him and I are talking about doing like a Frasier style call-in advice show.
Dude, I loved Raven as a kid, and more importantly than anything, I loved him in WCW versus NWO Revenge.
Oh yeah,
the game. Yeah. Colored fucking flannels you could tie around his waist, and at the time I loved Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. So who the fuck didn't get with Raven?
You had any interaction with Raven, David?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was there. I've had interactions with him, yeah. I think he was there. And then I ran into him in New York at Joey Ryan's penis party.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Look at that bump that Nick Patrick took.
Strong bump with Nick Patrick.
Now, is he?
You guys, good to know where you're at now.
Yeah, is he NWO Nick Patrick or is he regular Nick Patrick now?
Yeah, he's back to normal Nick Patrick.
That's right.
Who knows? Who knows the truth on how long they were planting that?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting to see the kids. What's up?
Hi.
Yo.
How you doing?
Wait, I need to dress up.
All right, I gotta go watch these guys. Good hearing you fellas.
Do your thing, man. Appreciate you.
Story, that's
You tell them to grow up and be champions, just like their dad.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming on.
You guys are sons of champion.
Look at that. He looks like he's already ready to be a wrestler himself, that little kid.
I know. Already shirtless, raising hell.
He's already got a character with the fireman hat.
Yeah.
I remember this spot, and I never understood what he was trying to do.
What's the second table going to do?
He stacks them as though that hurts more.
Right.
Bro, I mean, this is crazy.
Look at that, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. It was a terrible miss, too.
Yeah. Like,
Canyon. Oh,
Chris Canyon, right?
But he jumps so many seconds later.
yeah.
Perry's like, screw it, I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Right. This is the quickest way I can get to Raven anyway.
I didn't put these two tables together to not jump through it.
Turn it on him. Yo, was Canyon the original guy to use the fucking the deal? What's the deal called? I don't even know.
That downward spiral.
They're going for moves. I don't know their names. What's that shit called?
I don't know what it's called. I always called it the downward spiral because that's what Edge called it.
This shit where you grab a guy here and you just fucking
yeah.
Seth Rollins does it out of a corner.
Right.
Buckle buster. No.
Huge pop for the fucking kick out, like you said.
Oh.
And then I love seeing this stuff because, like, you know, Bischoff loves to talk about how, like, ECW didn't influence WCW that much. And you're watching two guys who were stalwarts in ECW jumping through double tables and doing drop toe holds on the open chairs. There's a Van Daminator. Did you take a lot of table spots, Enzo?
Couple.
Does it hurt like hell, or am I getting worked?
It depends, bro. Never. You know, if you hit it clean, right? I don't know, bro. You never.
There it is.
Brother. Give it a try, man.
Now with my 6-year-old back, who's virgin back, who's never gone through.
I would have went through. I would have went straight through with a clean finish. I don't remember what kind of business they did after this. Who the fuck is this in the Hawaiian shirt coming in here getting a little run at the?
That's Lodi.
Getting a little Rona.
Oh, it's the flatliner.
You took a break to the face and you just sold it so goddamn awful. And then I forget what that move is that Canyon just did. I used to do that too. Then somebody told me not to do it because Seth Rollins is doing it, and I went, all right. And then I did it.
So this
Jake
hierarchy
in the chat says it's the flatliner.
Oh, that's it.
Flatliner. That's what it's called. Thank you, kid. Thank you, buddy.
That's what Darren Wright said. Hey, buddy, this is how to spend a Sunday. Yeah, I agree.
Damn right.
I agree.
I didn't love when they would do run-ins mid-match that didn't affect the ending.
Made no sense.
Well, it was Raven's rules in this match, so he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Are you guys at Eddie coming out? Is anyone at Eddie coming out yet?
Yeah. You know what I call a goddamn flatliner when I'm in the ring?
I'm gonna wait till you guys get Eddie coming out, then I'll hit play.
You know what you call a flatliner when you're in the ring?
No.
You just grab a guy and you go face bump. Bro, I fucking have no idea what these things are called, bro.
Now I got Eddie coming out.
Oh, hell yeah, we got Eddie coming out.
This is a hair versus hair match.
What a the best he'd ever looked in his life, bro.
Oh, yeah.
How cool was he?
Yeah, Eddie was the best, man.
98 Eddie was fucking all time.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's a guy that you could throw out there in that second match, you know, for many, many years in those WCW cards. And people, you know, when people say, like, oh, you don't want to attribute, you know, the guys on the younger guys, the smaller guys that were on the card, that were working hard, that were making their name for themselves, that were killing it and became champion. Like, it's not that we don't give them credit, because you got to understand, look at the fucking card.
Yeah.
This is a giant, literally. He went back down to developmental when he got signed to the WWE. We're talking about, you know, fucking, you know, the giant, the Big Show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we can book him, this is old school Dusty Rhodes booking.
Yeah.
Make Kamala. This is like, bro, we could put the giant in the main event of this show if he goes out there with you know, Hogan, because Hogan's just going to talk to him and he's going to sell when Hogan tells him to sell, and everybody's going to believe whenever fucking you sell for Hogan. So we build up opponents for television.
Yeah.
And it's booked for money, not for product.
Yeah. It's just, bro, you got to understand, you got the outsiders. One of them 7 foot tall. He can work his ass off. He's had a run with Shawn Michaels already on the other side. But if we're going to book him in the main event and shit, until we get to that Goldberg match, did we see him moving around and doing a shit ton of shit outside of tag team wrestling? You know, he was playing the big guy in the corner with Scott Hall, who was taking the bumps for him on the Outsiders. Then he gets that fucking match with Goldberg, and he hits him with everything in the tank and blah, 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 and they get to the kibosh finish. But it's like, if you're talking television, you protect the card with the guys like Eddie who can work in a second match and keep people enthused, entertained, and are never going to have a bad match.
Yeah. All right, so what's this one here? Oh, Stevie Richards? No. Oh, Kidman. Oh. So he was part of the Raven crew at this time as well?
Well, Kidman was he was a flock member. That was the whole, like, that's why his finisher was called the 7-year itch, because they were implying that he was on heroin. That's why he's always scratching.
Dude, shout out to Kidman, man. Talk about outkicking your coverage. Torrie Wilson, man. Respect.
Right on. He looks like such a dad now. It's hilarious to see him in this getup.
I worked with Kidman as a producer for years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm about to say, isn't he with WWE?
Yeah, he's been with the WWE for years, man.
Did he survive the recent cuts?
I think so. I don't remember seeing his name on the drop list.
I never had a run-in with Juventud, but I know a lot of people that worked with him.
Yeah.
He's another one who's underrated. He's still going too. I thought I don't know. I always liked him better under the mask, but
yeah.
I love the storyline when he lost his mask. That's the thing about the mask. Everybody, including Rey Mysterio, when they lose their mask, you love it, the storyline. But then you're like,
But now I see his face.
Yeah, right.
Everything. You know what I mean? After a few weeks, you're like, what the fuck happened?
Like, this is about to be a damn barn burner, these two.
Yeah. I mean, that's what WCW is known for, right? These cruiserweights, they highlighted them all the time for many years, man.
Yeah, this is my favorite wrestling growing up as a kid, probably.
Yeah.
This is how you work a lockup, motherfucker. And I'll punch you in your face. Take my shit, I'll take your shit.
There's really like two halves to the
taking headlocks. They're fucking vicious. They're awesome. So this type of work you just don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped watching wrestling.
You're not the only one, judging from the ratings, man, lately. So.
Oh, you tell me, man, because I tell you a couple things about Zoe at this day and age and stature in my lifetime is I don't Google wrestling and I don't Google Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
I got my sources.
That's why the show we have on this channel, the Strong Style Show, it's just going back and watching, great matches from the past and enjoying it again, because that's like it brings back your love of wrestling, because what's out there right now just isn't as exciting, and those live matches with no audiences, it just doesn't. I can't get into it. Can't get into it, man.
I find
the way he spends him on that Rana,
good stuff.
I find the issue now is like there's so much training and practice that goes into it that they kind of forget like it's supposed to look like a fight.
Right.
Brother, here's what I'll tell you about what I saw. I haven't watched much wrestling as of late at all. I watched a match with Drew Gulak and Leo Rush to open a match, open a show. It was one of the best fucking matches to open a goddamn show for a title, meaning title match opener. That different spot that we don't do that much. We're making a splash on TV. We're trying to compete in ratings with AEW. But I love Gulak, and I knew he was in that spot, so I wanted to watch that match because I like that guy. Bro, it was a perfect match. Like, to the point where I watched it and I said, they rehearsed the fuck out of this one. They're by the Performance Center. You have an opportunity of a lifetime as a kid who loves pro wrestling, who wants to eat, breathe, sleep it, make it your life, your livelihood, produce it on television, sit back with a suit and tie when your days in the ring are done, to a point where you can get in the ring with wrestlers, teach guys how to move around. And it just so happens that day at the Performance Center, here's a guy in the ring, and you're in the ring with him all the time. And you just get good with one another, and you get out there on TV, and it's going to be a great product to a point where it's buttoned down like a suit and fucking tie, and you can't pick it apart. You cannot. But when I watch wrestling, I go back and I watch Jake the Snake Roberts working enhancement talent, guys that are meant to go out there and get their ass kicked and not fight back when they build them up for a pay-per-view match against, one of these fucking, top guys back then. You know, it was just that we called it on the fly. It wasn't no fuck you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro. So I'm at a point when I watch wrestling where I know that guys are doing it again to a small scale, like Cody Rhodes. I don't know how many other guys are really doing it, where they're really calling shit out there, and they're not they're not, you know, that you know and I know because we watch this TV show, what you do, what I do, how one another should we react, and you agree to sell and I agree to sell, and we do it just the right amount, and we go out there and we put on a fucking bar burner like he and his brother put on. I watched Goldust and Cody, and they just fucking, you could tell they were just working. They know each other because they're brothers.
Right.
It's an old school feel that you never see anymore, and it was cool.
Yeah, Jay Creative says Enzo would have thrived in the Monday Night Wars era. You think so?
Bro, it didn't matter what the fuck you did back then, bro. One time I was watching a match that was just an absolute melee. It was Mankind in one corner, right, with Stone Cold, the New Age Outlaws, Triple H on the other side. Like it was just a melee of all the top talent at the time, right? And, bro, at one point, like, this is a match that's supposed to have rules. Guys tagging in and out, right? They walk in the ring, and everyone is just beating the shit out of each other all over the ring, everywhere, on the outside, inside, right? But there's, like, hardcore rules, but it's a tag team match, right? But technically speaking, if you're in the ring with your opponent, you're supposed to get counted out within 5 seconds, right? That's the rule of the tag match. Right. You can't be in the ring. So, bro, at one point, Billy Gunn's just standing on the fucking sidelines, and you just see him nod at Stone Cold, and he runs in the ring, and Stone Cold just throws a trash can at him. He eats it. It takes a bump and rolls out. It's like they had zero rules. They just knew what time it was. It was like Stone Cold had a trash can, so one of them fed in, took a bump, and rolled out. It's like, that is against the rules now. You don't do that at all.
You know what I want to know is who in creative came up with the gimmick where they were trying to brainstorm something, and someone was probably like, well, you know, Billy has a nice ass. Maybe we do something with that.
God, man, I don't know, dude. They were fucking wild back then, weren't they?
Didn't you have some kind of disciplinary run-in with Billy Gunn, Enzo?
Oh, did I ever? Which one are we talking about? This is what I mean. Could you imagine me being in NXT and the guy who I called Mr. Ass as a kid, who runs around in a thong, is trying to discipline me for drawing a penis on the fucking whiteboard in the fucking Come on.
That was a typical Tuesday in the Attitude Era.
Yeah, man.
What's the dynamic like?
I was turning the threes into penises. And, you know, nobody was noticing it except for a few people. It was an inside joke. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, oh, a three looks like this. I just put a shaft at the top of it with the marker. One day I got caught red-handed by the coach, and Billy Gunn was my coach at the time, so he got called into the office. They were trying to discipline me, so I drew the penis on the board, and Billy Gunn couldn't help it, dude. He just started laughing. And I was like, that's what I mean. I was like, this is what I mean. How the fuck can you tell me what to say? You know what I mean?
What's that dynamic like, though? Because on a sports team, everyone has to be really disciplined and listen to coach. But in wrestling, like, there's that, but you also have to be a big personality and a character. That's part of it. How like they kind of don't mesh.
Movie's insane. How is Juventud alive and still wrestling again? Dude, how does it work? I don't know. I guess the dynamic of what they did at NXT and what they probably continue to do is a little different. It's a Fortune 500 company. They're bringing in athletes, but no, they certainly show love and respect the indie wrestler a whole lot more than I think the prototypical NFL guy or whatever it is. Right. I think they still have mad love for that. And they want to provide those people with lives and jobs. So you can't hate on that. The ones that necessarily, you know, like are going to make it to the top in that world, or the ones that are going to live in that world forever. Like there's a differentiation between the two, you know, like, it certainly is.
For sure. Like I can't imagine a Steve Austin showing up as a young guy and like learning from coaches at a performance center.
Yeah. You know, there's a reason why NXT is an NXT product. You got to understand the type of guy that works there in NXT. The type of guy that shows up to a weight room every day, to the performance center every day, wants to lift, is completely enthused on the back end of pro wrestling and doing something with it post in-ring career. And this is the place to do it. The epicenter where they built Orlando, Full Sail University, television production. Like, you know, there's an opportunity of a lifetime there if that's what you want to be. If you want to live in Orlando and you want to experience life in pro wrestling all day, every day. I think that is the outlet for those people in NXT. And I think that the passion and the product thrives through that. And it probably always will if they continue to do it like this.
Yeah.
We just caught ourselves a little Steamboat Flair spot from the Cruiserweights here.
Dude, this is a damn good match.
Hell yeah.
They are tearing it the fuck up.
Shit, man. This is a damn good man. It's not a boring moment in this match. Great chemistry, good playing off each other. Each one selling each other's moves correctly. It's good.
And then I remember like the through line was always.
I love that he just hit him with a spine buster to put him in placement in the corner, and how he just hit a fire up out of a kick out to get there. Like, how ridiculous was that?
And look how effortless his fucking shooting star press is.
Right?
Oh my God. Dude, you think he didn't pay for that?
I'm sure he did.
Oh,
I see Billy. He ain't getting in the ring no time soon.
The juice is going up.
Ooh, almost didn't get it.
It's amazing how tight they kept their shit close.
Oh.
Yeah, it's close, right? It's like right. He almost caught one of those ropes.
I mean,
Easily could have been a disaster.
Yep.
Real innovators. That's where they peeped the game, huh? That's where they laid a guy. They laid a guy right down underneath them back then. That was crazy. You know, you see the real innovators. That's what they were doing. You see Neville now. He's got a guy stretched out to the middle of the ring. He's fucking got quads that look like teardrops, and he's just fucking hanging in the air and shit. Yeah, these boys are taking clean bumps, though. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
See, look at the old school version of what we're doing right now. The guys in the back watching it on the website. Conan doing commentary.
Well, I love the Conan fucking rally cry for the Wolfpack. I don't care if anybody hated that.
Oh, that was great.
I mean, it was a little too close to home for me because like the Vatos and essays were all over my neighborhood, and all of them thought they were Conan at a certain point and got really aggressive.
Let me speak on this, Burns. Let me speak on this. Conan's still doing it, though, man. He's still killing it out there.
Oh, yeah.
When Conan would wrestle in the jeans and the underwear, was that like that was worked, right? Like it was sewn in? Or did he literally wear saggy jeans?
Those were things that we definitely asked ourselves as kids.
Well, it's like leaving.
That was
tell me you didn't draw penis on that one. Please tell me you didn't.
Yeah.
I have not. But
Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray, boy.
For the longest time, I didn't know I didn't believe he was Booker T's brother. For the longest time, I thought that was just a storyline thing. And
no, this ain't a Kane Undertaker situation. This is
it's real.
Yeah, shoot brothers.
I think it wasn't until like a few years ago.
Shit, bro, because they had the coolest goddamn action figures out of that WCW big ass hard ass plastic line at the right hand. Man, Booker T was the shit. So was Stevie Ray's toy. I used to fucking not know which one was which though out of the toys when I was real young. Just like the Nasty Boys, I couldn't fucking, if you told me one was Sags and one was Knobs, I wouldn't know which the fuck.
Yeah. To this day, I still don't know which one is which.
That's what I mean, bro. Same with like the Harlem Heat. If it wasn't for Booker T making it out of the Harlem Heat and doing world championship runs.
Chavo doing the product placement for the damn Super Soaker or whatever.
Oh, that's right. The Super Soaker.
His gimmick for like a year was just that he was a crazy person.
Well, yeah, because Eddie rode his ass, like broke his balls so bad that he lost his mind and he started to scare Eddie. And now it was just like.
And the sad thing is, it's not even his worst gimmick because then in WWE they just made him a white guy.
Yeah, right, right. Kerwin White.
Wait, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He just wear like sweater vest, and that was his whole gimmick.
Oh my God, is that true, man?
Yeah, right.
What about the black man? Give me a goddamn.
Oh, true. Absolutely, bro.
Hold going on the goddamn fucking.
Don't get me started on this subject, okay?
Also,
All right,
Christ.
when Harley Heat's manager was Colonel Robert Parker,
for a little while, yeah.
like what?
But then they gave Sensational Sherry a tan and tried to pretend like she was black, and they called her Sister Sherry.
Sherry.
It was just like, what the hell am I watching?
Oh my God, I didn't even know about that, bro. But I was watching the one where I was watching the feud that I have on TV where Macho Man was smacking around fucking Miss Elizabeth on TV.
Oh yeah.
Jake slaps her in a segment.
I was watching some real fucked up shit, man. Television taped, put onto a hard drive from 1978 through 1999, but it's all of the footage per week around the country by locally syndicated TV, meaning if it's like Rocky Mountain Wrestling, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, but you just go week by year by year. So if you go by 1981, you could watch
to do that. Just like categorized by the year, so you can just watch
every rival TV against one another at one time. Like, and I went through it like a blizzard, and some of the racist shit I saw, bro, with black man was fucking nuts. Like,
well, that's why, like, I mean, New Jack couldn't have
the OJ one?
congratulating OJ Simpson on killing.
Oh yeah, my God, you get tore up nowadays.
The Dusty Rhodes of the world, the things that I've heard from Dusty's mouth directly. I mean, all those guys, even Dusty. Could you imagine
1 years?
Oh God,
bro? Some guys love it, man. Some guys have no other. They just know that that's a trade. And it's hard to learn how to do this trade and perfect it and be good at it. And if you learn how to do it, it becomes addicting in the essence of like, do I want to go have a job at the fucking couple $100?
Right.
Dude, are you watching? Are you guys watching? I know you are, Enzo, but NWA Power, the Rock and Roll.
Wait. NWA's episode.
Not no. They're on pause through the pandemic, but
don't freak me out. Don't freak me out, man. I don't miss an NWA Power episode, man.
I mean, pound for pound, it's probably the best wrestling show on TV.
Hands down.
I love that nothing's there's been 30 minutes with no wrestling.
Yeah, it's all been sports entertainment with Eddie and Chavo, and it's been brilliant.
What? Oh, that didn't start, and then Eddie took his place.
They just needed to get him in on the pay-per-view.
He just needed a paycheck, right? Look at Eddie. Run into Lil Nate. Chavo coming for the ass bite.
Oh,
this is just good shit.
The backdrop is so crazy.
the biting. Oh, I forgot about the biting. That's right, on the ass. I forgot about that shit. What is is Chavo his nephew or cousin rather?
He's his nephew.
Damn.
But they're what, like 5 years apart or something?
Yeah. They're not many years apart.
Yeah, Abdullah was on one of the Dark Side of the Rings. I can't remember which one it was, and yeah, he seemed like a
Brody one.
chill.
Yeah,
Brody, right? He seemed like a pretty chill dude.
Yeah,
I haven't watched these Dark Side of the Rings. I hear they're great.
They're really good.
Oh, Enzo.
I can't watch that, man. I can't watch that. As much as I love Jericho, I loved Benoit. I still watch him wrestle now. I just can't watch that. My heart will break.
Yeah. That's you said it all right there. It's just like, and it's a tough one because it's like,
yeah, it's similar to like the. Did you watch the Hernandez doc?
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't. No idea.
Fucking wild world, boy. These guys were living it unlike anybody else ever living in mankind. I often say people will never understand fame and this essence of rock and roll. Just look at it like this. When we watch people nowadays that are making millions of dollars or have millions of followers, quote unquote, there was a point in time when the Rolling Stones landed on a runway and there was no fucking fence in the goddamn parking lot. And 100,000 people landed and ran at the fucking jet, and they couldn't get off the jet, and they had to wait. And then when they got off, it was you met a girl in fucking Tennessee, and you never saw her again. You wrote a song about her.
Right.
you called that phone number hoping she'd answer, or maybe she didn't switch. But imagine how many often all of us just move. Often you just move in general. And back then it was built on the foundation of you called somebody and told them you were going to be there and you showed up.
Yeah.
Okay. That is been lost for a long time. But the wrestling show pays tribute to that when you're watching guys wrestle, in the regard that, they're experiencing fame and rock and roll and pro wrestling and matches and arenas and thousands of fans, unlike we can never experience it again. It will never happen like that again.
Well, with that clipper, you could sell that clipper for $600 now. People are buying those things like crazy.
Yeah,
I'm looking at all the merch.
Yeah,
in the audience.
Boy, Bash at the Beach. Where was this? Daytona Beach?
San Diego.
Oh, San Diego for this one? Yeah. These brothers had the time of their lives, man.
It's a good pay-per-view, actually. Good start.
The part about, false idols and broken dreams is that everybody we put, when it's all over, it's happy because it happened. They're mad because it's over. It's like, Jesus Christ, like, can we look back at this wrestling and just be like, oh fuck yeah?
Yeah.
My two favorites are the lime green FUBU shirt.
Yep. I'm zeroed in on that.
And the guy in the front row wearing what I'm pretty sure is a knockoff DX shirt.
Color. They didn't have it in blue.
Oh, yeah.
Sky blue DX shirts.
Probably
Trust
died.
me, I know.
Oh, shit.
I am.
Start running high spots, brother.
You guys got to help me. I got to stop with the vintage T-shirt stuff. I got to stop.
Nothing.
It's not cool.
Will ever get better. So, what are you going to go buy? A Gucci T-shirt or buy a Rodzilla T-shirt?
But it's taking over my life. I mean, fuck.
It's good. It's good.
Like, these aren't even cataloged anywhere yet. I just got them hanging around.
I've got a Shawn Michaels T-shirt that'll fuck your head up.
Where are you getting? Is it Pro Wrestling Tees? Where are you getting these?
Something like this?
Anybody else just see Chavo jump off the top rope and do a fucking barrel roll?
Where are you getting those? Pro Wrestling Tees?
No. I got all kind of Instagram people.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm putting together a Click collection. So I got, Razor and Sean and
beach towels too, dog. Don't forget about those. I know you got a pool.
Oh, the beach towels. That's right.
I know.
Come on, man. Quit playing, bro. Why you buying all these T-shirts? All you need is a beach towel, boy. Why you wearing a shirt outside?
No, I got to get that Einsteiner shirt. That's right now my obsession. I got to get that shirt. Him as Einstein. It's just like, it's too fucking brilliant. It's brilliant.
Have you ever seen his math equation promo?
No, what? He's done a math equation promo?
Oh,
I gotta watch that.
One of the greatest wrestling promos in the history of mankind, because he rattles out 1,000 numbers. I kid you not. And when it's all said and done, bro, his math was correct.
That's the most unbelievable part of the whole thing.
Calling out fractions and division and multiplication and fraction, dude. You're like,
speaking of NWA Power, when he showed up as the heavy for fucking Nick Aldis, I haven't popped like that in quite some time. Fucking,
bro, I love me some Scott Steiner.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like just everything about Steiner, man. Even when the matches started getting worse, I didn't give a shit because he's such a great personality. You just can't take your eyes off him, man.
Yeah, I've always loved the guys who, like, even if they're not great wrestlers, they're still like kicking the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
you gotta remember, bro, that pro wrestling should be exactly what it is. It's like, when you think of the UFC and you watch Khabib and Conor McGregor throwing chairs at each other in fucking Barclays Center, going to jail,
Right.
What do you expect from two men that you put in a cage to fight each other in front of millions? What kind of behavior do you expect? Like, what are we talking about? It's not being irrational. It's not headlines. Headlines. You're the ones who are fucking making things and propagandizing what I've long known as a notion of these people are fucking crazy. Yeah. And not crazy in a bad way, but they're their own person. They are what they say they are. I'm a badass motherfucker. I get into this cage and
you're paying to watch them fight here, but it's illegal to fight over here.
But that's what I mean. So what I'm saying is this: when you get pro wrestling and the personalities and the people that are able to do that thing, let them fly. Let them fly. Go out there, get the TV time, the ring, bell to bell. There's enough talent out there. I don't like the chastising when you come through a curtain on what is art. You know what I mean? Like, your art ain't my art, dog. Like, I'm going to go out there and do what I do. You're going to go out there and do what you do. There's, we find a way to make it work when we're pro wrestlers. This is storyline-driven TV. This is a different ballgame. These are fucking guys wrestling each other that have known each other since they were, born.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 50 different art forms within wrestling.
That's what I mean. And we're watching the prototypical fucking like this. Look at these guys are from the Guerrero family. Here's what we do. You know what I mean?
Oh man, he did everything he could not to cut both Charles Robinson and Eddie in that last exchange. You guys want to see the pride and joy of my Click vintage collection?
All right.
1, 2, 3 kid shirt, baby.
Wow.
What you know about that?
Wow. Is he throwing a spin wheel kick or something?
Authentico.
A spin wheel kick. What is he doing on that t-shirt?
He's hopping into the ring.
Oh, wow. I had the 1, 2, 3 kid Hasbro toy that was impossible to find.
Oh, that's still like hard to find.
Is it?
Yeah.
I still got that bitch. What do you want?
All the stuff from that era. Anything that's on it.
I'll sell my vintage wrestling t-shirts to you right now for a fucking great price.
If you got stuff with WWF and a year on it, then yeah. Anything that says WWE is tough because they can reprint it whenever.
I got a Shawn Michaels t-shirt that comes from the same line of that Bret Hart that you have. That
Yeah,
Bret Hart.
Yeah,
if it's XL, let's talk.
I have to take one with the red eyes.
You don't deserve that, and I won't give it to you.
Shaving his own hair.
What is he doing? He's shaving his head. He's
shaving his own head because it was a hair match. But
he's a hair versus hair match on WWE NXT program. Y'all remember that?
You did that one?
Sylvester Lafleur from France.
Yeah.
He should have never fired him. I still don't understand the firing. I don't think Bill DeMott liked him. I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody didn't like him. You know how that works. They had this guy, dude, Sylvester Lafleur. He fucking was from France. He had long black hair, and he called himself Sly, right? He looked like such a greaseball. When he walked in the ring, he just said, Parlez du français, or whatever the fuck, dude. And the whole goddamn place booed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We needed that guy. Right around the time that we take off and start touring the world, we fired him. I was like, what the fuck? Nobody could believe it because he tagged with this other guy. And they were, dude, the funniest rib in the history of NXT. They held on to this kid, right? We dunked his head in the fucking Nair. In Nair. We picked up the Nair from Carmella. That's how we introduced Carmella to the world. Carmella was a hairdresser from New Jersey that Enzo knew, so he went and got fucking hair gimmick from her, and he was going to dump Sly's head in it when the match was over. But instead, we didn't get Sly. We got his partner because his partner was a fucking, his henchman. And he ran, and his henchman took the heat. P.S., bro, they made him shave off his eyebrows and his hair. Triple H literally backstage in between NXT. This was the first NXT takeover. These people are fucking. Triple H is shaving his head and his eyebrows off with fucking razor blades, literally razor blades, fucking cutting this kid's eyebrows hairs off, right?
Jesus Christ.
He goes out through the curtain. They never see him again on TV, right? But he holds on to his job for fucking the next 6 months, shaving his eyebrows and his hair every fucking week, never getting booked for a card, setting up the ring.
Oh my God.
It really happened, bro. Like, I was married, had a wife and shit, and flew here from France. They ribbed him so fucking bad, man. They just ribbed him probably because he was French, bro.
Well, we know the place of xenophobia in pro wrestling.
Bro, it was crazy. He shaved his head and his eyebrows for a year, and he never got booked They wouldn't book him. He showed up to every show. He drove the 400 miles. He fucking set up the ring. Then he got fired, and so did Sly, the guy that I was fucking feuding with on TV. I was like, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Now, I didn't think about it like that until just now. You know what?
Impressive stuff from Chavo too, because as somebody who's been involved in a hair match now at the world famous comedy store, not easy to shave when you're sweaty and with those clippers. I'll tell you what.
Oh, bro, they buzzed this kid's head clean for real, bro. He looked ridiculous. He had no eyebrows, man. It was a bad look, man. People were, you know, it was one of those awkward situations where when you see the guy, you go, "I'll pray for you." You know what I mean? You think he's got some, something bad illness. You know.
I wonder if he's still working.
Oh yeah, both of them, bro. I had PJ Black hit me up the other day talking about this kid because it's so fucking weird that we're watching this. Sylvester LaFleur just tagged me on Twitter. He's verified, through the years at WWE. He just tagged me in the hair versus hair match yesterday.
Oh, that's crazy.
And we're talking about it and watching one now. So, yeah, it's up there on Twitter on Sly's programming. He put that bitch out there. And PJ Black hit me up and said, "Man, I can't believe you had this match and I didn't know about it. I love that guy." I guess he met him overseas wrestling, internationally. PJ Black's, that guy, he has one of the craziest pro wrestling stories of anybody I met up and down the road. You know who he is, anybody?
No, I don't.
I know who he is.
Yeah, bro. Justin Gabriel on WWE TV.
Well,
he came from South Africa, bro. He set up the first ever pro wrestling ring in his backyard in South Africa and was into gymnastics, and his dad would let him do it. And then one day, Leo Kruger from the WWE, if you guys know who he is, one day he just walked into his backyard and was like, "Hey, man, I want to wrestle you." And the next thing you know, bro, they just started up a wrestling program out in South Africa that turned into this thing that they both got signed by the WWE and traveled the world. PJ Black jumps out of airplanes over Dubai and Abu Dhabi and runs the first ever wrestling shows that are ever ran in the Middle East and India and Qatar, where I just wrestled on a show against Brian Pillman Jr. for the Prince of Qatar.
Wow.
The Prince of Qatar is a wrestling fan, wanted to see wrestling in his country. It's the richest country in the world. So when they called me, I said, "I'll come under one condition. You bring Brian Pillman Jr. over there and I wrestle him." And he goes, "Okay." We both got paid great money and put on this wrestling show. PJ Black climbed to the top of the fucking structure that they had built. It's out there. I know it is. He jumped 40, 50 feet onto a pile of 10 people, bro.
Oh, my God.
This guy sets up. He started wrestling in Africa in his backyard.
wild.
Yeah, and Disco Inferno is going to steal the show right now.
Are we watching this Disco Inferno match? Are we really going to watch this guy?
Who is his opponent? I just want to know who's going up against.
I think it's
Alex Riley invented the Under Armour T-shirt.
I mean, it definitely looks that way.
Look at that. That's a schmedium if I ever saw it.
Oh wow, look at Disco, bro.
What's funny about the
200th episode, Disco and Conan.
I heard somewhere that
He's taking on Conan. That's right.
That's ironic right there.
what's funny about
Remember when Alex Riley had the dancing gimmick of the tights?
Yeah,
Luger.
of course.
You got Luger, yeah.
How far off were we from that? Was this because of that movie with Will Ferrell that they did this gimmick?
No, it was before that. Because he used to come out in the leather jacket and still do the fucking. I think it was just he's just a German guy, so they like to go to dance clubs.
Right.
So he hangs out with.
Dude, he freaks me out just looking at him, don't he? His chest all out and shit. He's just, "No, there it is." He hit it a couple times for me. I don't know if you guys are on the same point I am.
Look, I mean, Nash is so riding high that he doesn't even have to rep
no merch, no merch. Just what he wore to the arena.
He drove there, showed up, sat in the back, and then walks out. He's probably got a boss promo thing, so he's just making some money off that on the side as well.
Like Nash is coming from somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The ball court. He was just playing. He was like shooting. Yeah, he was like walking the ball. He was like, all right, head over.
Nash just definitely got his dick sucked. 100%.
By the way,
I used to.
People, you're no longer allowed to get laid off your status. They just don't let it happen. I mean, look at what happened to me. I mean, forget it. You walk into a bar, look at Nash. You think he's not walking into a bar that night getting his dick sucked? Fuck, give me a break. Look at him. He's chewing his gum. He's whatever girl he wants. Yeah, you. Yeah.
I mean, he's got all the stroke in the world at this point.
Yeah.
He's leading a version of the NWO. He's getting paid ridiculous money.
He's booking, no?
True.
I don't know if he started booking just yet at this point. And a lot of guys have like tried to paint Nash as like kind of an asshole, but when you hear him talk, and I mean, he's just a smart fucking businessman.
Oh yeah, dude. Dude, of all of them, Nash knew exactly what he was doing every step of the way.
Right.
And he knew exactly, took that money, figured out how to make that money. He took the power when he could get it. And for whatever reason, he's like Teflon. No one hates Nash for doing that shit because they appreciate the fact that he was straight up about it.
Yeah, it was never you know, some clandestine bullshit. It was just like, hey, this is the business that we're in. Ain't nothing real but the money and the miles, so let's do it.
Yeah. It's not like Hogan or Flair, where everyone was always accusing them of doing shit behind their backs. Nash was always upfront about it.
Yeah.
That's Scott.
You got to remember about being 7 foot tall, being a badass motherfucker.
Yeah, that's true too. Like, how many people are going to be like, I don't like what you're doing?
I mean, there was a reason why my tag team partner was Big Cass. You know what I'm saying? You tell an angry Big Cass what to do, bro.
Right.
Dude, fucking try to tell him what to do. I've done it plenty of times, bro.
Oh, Nash will suck it. Shout out just now.
But it's wild that Scott Hall was like the bump guy because he was also fucking massive.
Oh yeah,
huge.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. You don't realize how big he actually was because he had to stand next to Nash most of the time.
Yeah. It's just how they work, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's just how they work, you know? You know, you could get a guy who's not that big to stand on the apron and fucking be a big badass and tell you you're bumping for me. You know what I mean?
I like that this is the go get your refreshments match because look behind you, it's like all those empty seats. There's like, let's go Inferno. Let's go some popcorn, man.
As soon as you hear the music, you're like, all right, I'll.
Yeah.
And like, who do you think is going to win? The guy with Kevin Nash and Lex Luger in his corner, or the guy with Alex Wright in his corner?
What was his
Where in the world is Alex right now?
What was his German name? Like, what was his German name?
There was no more awkward position of
like
being
Blitzkrieg or something like that.
Yeah,
his name was Berlin.
Berlin. That's right,
that's
Berlin.
right.
between you and my guy. I'm going to tell you right now by watching this match that right when the microphone got handed to the referee, that the entrance, because of the rate at which Nash and then moved into the ring and by the rate at which they cut the promo and walked around slowly, that they got about 4 minutes cut off of their fucking match. That's why you see them on this in one consecutive spot. Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One consecutive spot.
Yeah. This match
They don't have any time to sell, and they're not going to nip any of their shit in the butt. They're just going to get it all in.
Yeah, the ref is like afraid. The ref's like, yeah, you win. I'm getting out of here. I mean, this match would be absolutely destroyed on the internet right now because people would be like, why does Cohen need Nash and Luger to beat Disco Inferno? He'd be getting ripped right now.
Torture rack. Let me just put myself in it.
Someone's got to bring that dance.
Torture rack in the history. Now he's got it.
Perfect.
They pan to a different camera shot. Powerbomb Disco. It was what everybody came here to see. Turn him over. We're going to pin him.
Disco, if you ever listen to some of Disco's interviews, they are one of the funniest interviews they hear, man. That guy,
bananas.
He has no filter, man. Zero filter, dude.
And like people, I think that Cornette has a whole thing on like some of Disco Inferno's old booking ideas and how just insane they were. I can't remember any examples, but dear God, I can only imagine.
Let me speak on this. Orale.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. In all my years of pro wrestling, I never tried to book anything.
You never contributed a storyline or give an idea out for a storyline?
To work anybody, like definitely not in NXT. You definitely just did whatever they told you to do.
Yeah, no surprise, dude.
You know what I mean? When I finally got the call up, I was like, oh, thank God. When I was in 205 Live, yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, that was completely different. That was different.
Look at the
when me and Cass broke up, then it was yeah. But before that, I was just like, yo, Cass, what are we doing, bro? Cass would smarten me up when I got to the arena. You let one guy handle the politics shit and all the fucking shit and who we're fighting and who we're wrestling and what the fucking shit is going on. And you let one guy handle all the creative shit. And I'm over here penning up soft and fucking certified G and what I'm going to wear to the ring and you know, fucking how I'm going to walk and how I'm going to talk. And this guy's fucking like, all right, we're fucking working this guy and we're doing this. And I told him that you're not taking the fall and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right.
Look at Paul White.
Dude.
Yeah,
like a bit more like
he's in shape here.
On the leash in 205.
Oh, I produced the TV show. Give me a fucking break. I mean, the fact that I didn't have a producer's credit in that television program was a goddamn joke.
Here we go. Kevin Green.
I don't want to give you that kind of credit. Ask me about my storyline. Ask me about what I did. Ask me about who I wrestled. Wrote it. Ask me where I was going. Ask me what I was doing. You know, that was conversations between a few people, and Vince McMahon was included in those, you know.
Jesus Christ. I mean, Trim, there's nothing quite as impressive as like Trim Big Show.
Yeah, no shit, man. That's scary.
Bro, give me a fucking break. Look at this guy.
I mean, like, Andre
Just
was
money.
never that trim. Andre was never that trim.
Bro, you know, it's funny how Terry Taylor was my coach for so many years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Terry Taylor was the biggest advocate of protecting Big Show. And he will curse Kevin Nash up and down. And he will fucking bury him and anybody else who buried Andre, because they wanted to build Big Show for Hogan and that be the match that you celebrate each year. And that you fucking tell that story all year long and you protect this fucking guy. And when the NWO came in and took over bookings and we're buddying, you know, a young Big Show and teaching him how to work, and Hogan bringing him on the beach and running with him, and then the NWO coming in, the way they tell the story about the booking at that time is, you know, that they wanted to build the fuck out of this guy and make him the future face of the company. And, you know, he got lost in the shuffle throughout all the bullshit and, you know, lost confidence in the ring and was getting worked by the boys. And that's the way Terry Taylor and you know, some of the guys like Eric Bischoff would, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's my coach. His take on it, this guy, he thought he should have been the future of the business and they should have protected him. And they tried their best, but
yeah,
he never really seemed to get a top guy spot, except for when Paul Heyman got a hold of him in 2003 and he put him on top with Lesnar.
Right.
Also, if you look back at his career, do you think he's a face or a heel?
Well, that's the thing. He always flip-flops constantly.
Face, 100% baby face.
You could wake up on a face in the morning. By the time the match starts, he's a heel. It's a weird thing about Big Show. He was always flip.
I actually think that one of Big Show's best runs, and that people will not remember, is he had a run against Cena in 2011 or 12. Right.
Was that for the U.S. Championship or whatever? Heavyweight? I thought it was for the U.S.
They fought in a cage match.
Yep.
And it was Cena and Big Show in a cage match, and they fucking tore it up, bro. Mm-hmm. They told one hell of a story leading up to it, and Big Show played. It was two big gray area guys where you could kind of go either way with John or Show at the time, and nobody really wanted to see the match. And then they got in the ring, and then they worked. And then they worked, and then you got more and more interested. And I thought it was a great match on a pay-per-view.
Those were those great SmackDown years, man, where it's like you had Lesnar at the top, you know, the SmackDown 6 of Angle and Jericho and Chavo and all those guys, Edge and Christian as the mid guys, and then Cena was on the rise. Like that was just like that was in the modern era some of the best shit they've ever done.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough because when you're a big guy and you're an NBA player and you come in and you want to hit the ropes and drop an elbow on Kevin Green.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to stand on the rope or you want to choke him out. And you want to do this shit. But, bro, what you should have done is boot him in the fucking head and choke slam him and fucking pin him.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is fucking with this guy?
Right.
I did not know who he was at that time because he was so green, happy to get into the business. And by the time he ran through Hogan, they just started having him fall down the card.
Yeah.
And he should have been protected, and he should have been used in a different capacity. Imagine he had a Paul Heyman back then.
Yeah, but isn't it also about your own like personality? Like maybe he just didn't have that like edge to want to push for that. Like you put Nash's sensibilities in Big Show's body. That guy is the star of the pro for years, you know. And
yeah, I mean, absolutely.
It's about how you're built personally. There's a lot of great guys with great talent who come to pro wrestling and they just don't have it.
That Big Show is a likable, great human being.
Yes,
because he can kill you or anybody at any moment. So,
it's true.
You have to have a certain nice factor to you.
Yeah,
and to a point where you become your own TV show of the likable big guy.
Right.
He's got his own TV show on Netflix. So that clearly paid off being the guy for 20 fucking years.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
True.
We're talking about a 20 fucking year run now, aren't we?
Yeah.
How long has he been in there?
No, at least.
It's like Shaquille O'Neal in the NBA. It's like if Charles Barkley's mindset was in Shaq's body, it's like it's over for everyone. And it wouldn't even have been fair.
Or Jordan's, right? He'd have won 10 titles if he had Jordan's freaking mentality.
Yeah.
But Shaq was a big kid and liked to like have fun and smile and crack jokes and rap.
Yeah.
I think only pro athlete with the greatest hits.
Shaq, yeah.
Also, let's not undersell Kevin Green here. I mean, he's an NFL fan.
I don't know if there's a way to undersell.
Feel free, Tyler. Feel free.
It's so weird that like they brought him in as this big get, this like NFL Pro Bowler, and then he kept coming back, and it just got less and less cool each time.
Yeah,
where it's like,
bro, I'm telling you right now, I did not hate Kevin Green as a kid.
No, it was cool, but it got
then you loved it.
But you know, he was one of the few NFL guys that made the transition.
Yeah,
they had Mongo McMichael, Goldberg, Kevin Green.
But Kevin Green only did like 3-4 matches, I think.
Yeah. And Mongo, again, I'm going to give you the sort of made the transition. That dude, there's a meme going around of his work right now that just shows you everything you need to know about every time Mongo was actually in the ring. Like
I have never went back and watched a Mongo match.
No one has.
I would. Even Mongo doesn't go back and watch a Mongo.
Right. Mojo Rawley should watch all that stuff and like as an example of what not to do ever.
Right.
Yeah, dude, I love Mojo. I
love Mojo too. They put him in weird spots, but I think the guy can go.
Mojo is the ultimate warrior, bro. People don't want to admit it. He's just not jacked and built like him yet. But that's only because we're in a PED era. If he wasn't in the fucking, PED era, Mojo, you put a little sauce in his fucking veins, let him run out there with the energy of the Ultimate Warrior. He's got a gimmick for the next 20 years, bro.
Right.
That guy is the most high-strung, high-energy dude you'll ever fucking meet, Mojo, and he does not even get fucked up. He doesn't even drink. He'll go to the party with Gronk, and they'll just dance for 20, 30 minutes straight, sweat profusely, get off the dance floor, pound water, and be like, that was a good cardio session.
Oh, God, have mercy.
Oh,
that is my nightmare.
That is the end of Kevin Green.
Yeah,
now, what's this back here? Were these guys the guys were doing it on the radio or something? Or are they back on the internet?
They were doing it on the, I think, the WCW website at the time.
Oh, my God. I don't even know who these guys are. I forgot their name.
A choke slam is so lit from Big Show.
Yeah, he held it more than like anyone else.
Oh my god, bro! Dude, has Big Show ever choke slammed me?
He tagged with him, right?
Oh yeah, he filled in for Big Cass one time on TV. I remember that.
One time on TV.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yo, my first ever match in the WWE on the road, meaning I'm in NXT. I get a phone call. They're like, yo, you're coming up to the main roster with Big Cass and Carmella. So they brought me, Carmella, and Cass as a trio on the road for the first time ever before we were on WWE TV, before we debuted. So this is sometime in 2016 and 2015. Like I'm in NXT and I'm going to be in NXT for another year. But they call us up to see if we're ready. But they wanted to fuck with us because they knew if they sent us to Philadelphia or New York City that the place would go fucking nuts and word would get out. And, NXT guys are hitting the road and doing the towns, you know what I mean? And this, that, and the third. So that's not what they did at that time. They were sending guys like us to Oklahoma City, to fucking Alabama, to somewhere in the Bible Belt, Louisiana.
Yeah.
And small towns that nobody ever heard of. So we go to the show, fucking venue. We get there. We're about to work for the first time. We look at the card. We have 2 matches in a row. Enzo and Cass versus the Ascension. We go over. Then the lights go out. The Wyatt family jumps us. Then the fucking Big Show music hits. Well, it's the Big Show. Fucking this guy comes down to the ring and saves our fucking lives, and it turns into a 6-man with the Wyatt family. And here's the best part about it. This is the only tag team match that I ever worked with Big Cass where I blew the fucking comeback because Big Show insisted. We put together a match, and he's like, what do you guys usually do? Like, fucking Big Cass hangs out on the side. I fucking tag him in. He does, tackle, fucking hit the ropes elbow, tag in Enzo, throw him down, get out. Big Show's like, not today. Enzo, you're running the comeback. So, bro, I ran my comeback on Luke Harper, bro. Hilarious because in the match, in the comeback, I come off the top rope, bro, and I hit a crossbody on Luke Harper, who, like a great brother, bumps for little Enzo. Takes the fucking bump for me, gets up, lets me hit the ropes, duck, crossbody, drop him again. This is Luke Harper taking bumps for little Enzo, you know what I mean? Great brother, he just wanted to fucking, get the people rocking and shit. We had the people rocking because the way they set it up, they knocked off fucking Big Show off the apron, and Big Cass is taking Steve, and I'm the only guy left. And there's these huge giant dudes on the other side. What am I gonna do, bro? I bitch slap. So I fucking hit Braun. You can do wrestling moves in a comeback, but I don't blow comebacks. This isn't my job.
Right.
I fucking hit the couple cross bodies. Then I turn around and I just walked up to Braun Strowman, who was on the apron. I put my forehead in his chest. I backed up and I bitch slapped him, right?
Oh, my God.
The whole fucking arena loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, had them by the balls at that moment because this little fucker just, you know what I mean? Bumped Luke Harper a couple times and walked up to Braun Strowman and bitch slaps him, right? Braun's a good brother. He let me do it. You know what I mean? I turned around, and when I turned around straight into, like, the fucking Falcon's Arrow or some shit from bro, I don't know what they call the shits. He hits me with some crazy wrestling move where I spin around a few times, slam me. Braun Strowman gets in, dude. I'll never forget. He lifted me up, you know what I mean? Because I'm just selling. He lifted me up, and the whole place is going nuts, and he yields back with his hand. And I looked up at this big motherfucker's hand like, motherfucker, dude. Like,
dude. He scared me so bad at your house one night, dude, because I was talking to him at your place, and we're having a conversation, and then he stood up. I thought he was standing that whole time that we were talking. And then he rose up, and it was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
The craziest thing about Braun is he's my brother. I love him, right? He learned how to throw his wrestling punches on Enzo. because nobody else had the balls. And the coaches, the way it works is you're in the performance center on the aprons, and the coaches are going to call who they want into the ring. And obviously, every time Braun gets his name called, here's the old matchup, Enzo versus Braun. Everybody knew it. It was like Braun learned how to wrestle on Enzo's body. Okay? So there's just irony in the first match that I had on the road. Was Big Show was my tag team partner. I blow this comeback. Braun yields back for this bitch slap, and like a good brother, he slapped his own hand. You know, I'll never forget seeing his big ass hand come down, though, you know, like scared as all hell in your first wrestling match in the WWE. Braun Strowman, who you know from past experience has about fucking 8 months of wrestling under his belt and does not know how to throw a work slap, because you would have seen it, because he learned how to throw punches on your face. He picks it up and he just goes whack into his own hand and let me go, and the whole place thought I died. And that was the heat. We didn't need to do anything else. I got Big Show in. He ran his comeback on all three of the Wyatts. He picked up Enzo and Cass and threw me on top 1, 2, 3 on like Rowan, and we got out of there.
Love it.
But yeah, man, happy to see brother finally win the title. I know that's not how everybody and anybody ever anticipates it, but you know, it's how a few good men have won titles, just like Dean Ambrose, you know, when one guy, you know, can't show up and one thing happens or another guy steps up, and that's how, you know, champions are made at times, and I'm happy for that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Speaking of happy for someone, like, I never thought Jericho could top this run in his career, but
I'm not watching. Is it unbelievable?
It's amazing.
I mean, his AEW run is just, it changed, because I feel like Jericho has always been like adjacent to the conversation of greatest of all time.
Yeah,
he really did it, didn't he?
But really now
he's the fucking GOAT.
Yeah,
I'm about to say, when you
manifestation, bro, you call yourself something for a few fucking years, and people start hollering it back at you. Oh, it really happened.
I mean, what heights can you achieve higher than coming out on your cruise? You're the world champion, and everyone's singing your theme song that you recorded with your band that you toured with. I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah, he's been on commentary for like 4 or 5 weeks, and he's already like a top 5 ever.
All time.
Who did Goldust wrestle recently?
What's that?
Goldust just had a wrestling match against somebody.
Yeah, he's still pretty active.
No, I think he wrestled.
Right back.
I think he wrestled Jake's boy. What's it, Trent Archer?
Oh, the one leading up to that he went over in. Maybe it was Sammy Guevara.
It was Kip Sabian.
Kip Sabian. That match was good too.
Yeah.
I was just happy to see Goldust out there, and you know what? Good for that kid Kip Sabian, because you know how many people get to go out there on fucking cable TV fighting a title tournament against Goldust.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, those opportunities are few and far between. So I know that I don't really know the kid. I don't really know of him too well. I just know that opportunity was probably relished in. I hope so.
Yeah, it's like being a young actor doing a scene with De Niro. Like, you're always going to be better now.
I mean, the same exact thing is happening right now. We're Jericho's got a surprise opponent. Out comes Mysterio. Look at Jericho selling it for him.
Man, this Mysterio was out for a while.
Because he wants no part of Mysterio. Love it.
Because this was the whole angle where Jericho's ducking Malenko.
Right. Look how tiny Ray was at the time.
Crazy that he's doing this.
Yo, listen, I did something really funny today, and I didn't realize too much.
Uh-huh.
I put the song Randy Newman. Oh, this match is unbelievable. I can't wait to watch this. All right, Randy Newman, you know, short people. Yeah. Well, the fucking opening of that, you know, was just straight instrumental for like 25, 30 seconds. So I saw this little hunched over old man standing on the corner of the street who thought about crossing it for like 20 minutes, dude. And I just filmed him on my Instagram story and zoomed in on him. He had his pants eating his belt buckle, and he's got like white hair and he's like 5 foot tall, and he's just like, nah, not yet. Not yet. And I just fucking looped that Randy Newman beat over and over again on it. I didn't realize it, but I just looked at my phone for the first time. I got like 20 people hitting me up like, this is incredible. I got to show it to you, man. I can't just talk about it.
What's the height? I mean, this is.
All right, you guys ready?
That hasn't stood up straight in a decade.
Did he eventually cross the street?
Oh, he waits, boy. He's got a minute. He's got a minute. He gets it.
Oh, almost.
He's almost.
Oh.
Hey.
Nice.
He almost got it. He almost got it, bro. He fucking.
Can't wait till I'm that old playing Frogger. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Frogger with my life.
Do you think Vince McMahon that like this is
that, man? I don't care. That'll make it. I saw this guy trying to cross the street. It took him fucking 20 minutes. I finally started filming it because it was too good. That's what we were just showing off. But yeah, this match is all time. It's amazing how we can watch Jericho right now, and then we can go watch him on Wednesday.
And Ray. Both of them.
yeah.
Unbelievable. What's Ray doing these days? They just fired his buddy Cain Velasquez.
He's in the what's it called? The ladder match, the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah. Scott.
Dude, Rey Mysterio can't not be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just naturally gets over no matter what.
Bro,
Yeah.
the saddest, when he was supposed to fight me, at WrestleMania in a ladder match with the Cruiserweight title
Really?
right before I left.
Hmm.
That was the goal.
Oh.
I mean,
He was making a surprise return like the Hardy Boys did the year before.
yeah.
Yeah, he did his during the Rumble, right?
Yeah.
I think.
How did he not just break his shoulder blade on that Rana into the sand?
Kind of like Edge showing up at the Rumble, man. That might be. I was watching like the biggest pops ever at a Rumble. Maybe Edge now is like the biggest pop ever. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, there's some great ones. There's Triple H returning.
Right, against Reigns, yeah.
Returning. The Cena returning was huge because no one knew that he was coming back.
Right, the New York one, yeah.
But yeah, that Edge when I was there, and I was just like,
Yo, were you at the Rumble I was at?
yeah, of course. With where you got destroyed by Brock.
Who was the surprise return in my Rumble?
Oh, no, I think that might have been Ray.
No, that was the following year, brother, and that was because of what happened.
I
Oh,
think
right. I
Goldberg
don't remember.
But it wasn't like a big debut, but they used it to set up the Lesnar thing.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't remember if we had anybody return that was a surprise in the year I was in it, but I know that one of the most badass things I've ever done, is I got to enter in number 1, with Big Cass.
Yeah.
There's no bigger noise than that number 1 entrant in the Rumble. They can't wait to.
Oh, we had money on it. We were betting people around us. Like we guarantee Enzo's music is the first you're gonna hear for the Rumble. Guarantee it.
You probably had insider knowledge from me. Did I tell you?
Huh?
Did I tell you? I didn't smarten you up.
Well, because we were like,
Smarten anybody up.
at some point you have to cut the promo, and the only place to do it is number 1 in the Rumble, and so it just made sense to us.
That was my pitch. Yeah, that was my pitch. So my pitch was that. And then the following year, my pitch for the Rumble, which I was only a week away from, was to be in the Rumble longer than any other participant in the Rumble and eliminate no one.
Yeah.
So that I can go on bragging as the Cruiserweight Champion that I lasted longer than anyone in the Rumble, and I could have other Cruiserweights say, but you eliminated no one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
You always got to give the heel the motivation that can be disputed.
Oh, Arn. Look at Arn. Oh.
The last 5 entrants of that Royal Rumble, are Brock Lesnar, Enzo, Goldberg, Undertaker, Reigns.
Jesus.
Good Lord.
Big dudes. Some big dudes.
There's a faction for you.
Oh shit, that was lit.
Oh, Jay Creative, yeah. AJ Styles was definitely that was the return. That was the surprise your year.
Yeah, AJ Styles.
Who was it?
AJ.
Could it be? It is.
The year before. AJ was the year before mine.
Was it?
100%. It was in Orlando. I'll never forget.
Yeah, AJ's right.
I was there.
You're right.
They brought back Mark Henry, but he didn't stick around.
Oh my
Is that? Do you think that's the loudest? That was one of the loudest pops for guys who had never been in WWE before.
AJ's?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they did it at the right place at the right time, man.
Well, RVD's was pretty big too when he came in, right? No one.
Yeah, RVD back in the day.
Yeah, when he came in at the Rumble, people lost their freaking.
What about fucking Kevin Nash?
Right with Diesel.
It was booze, right?
There were boos, man. Yeah.
Dude, I got news for you guys, man. You guys might not have fucking been there for it. Jesus Christ. Some of the most loudest booing you'll ever hear in a building with simultaneous chants was when me and Big Cass invaded Madison Square Garden for Ring of Honor in New Japan.
Oh, wow.
Bro.
I'll never forget.
Everyone figured out what was going on. The amount of fuck you Enzo chants. Fuck you Enzo, fuck you Cass, fuck you Enzo, fuck you Cass. The whole entire arena in unison. And we never wrestled for New Japan or Ring of Honor in our lives. So I don't even know who we are. You know what I mean? It was incredible.
Oh, they knew who you were. That's why they were saying.
Yeah, you were the enemy, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's some outsider shit, man.
Yeah.
Got to do some outsider shit sometime. We got to stir the pot.
You don't got to speak on this, man. But there were rumors that you were going to come back next year to the to NXT. You and Cass, was that true or was that a bunch of bullshit?
You see me right now? Do I look like a bullshit?
I'm just saying. This was in August of last year. A lot of the sites were reporting that you and Cass were having conversations, but it didn't happen.
What? I can't speak on any conversations that Big Cass has with his wrestling career, partaking and whatever he does. I just know for myself that I didn't start those rumors, and then I know that they came from the inside.
Yeah.
Whether they were true, that was what the higher ups, the people who matter and count, maybe could kibosh that shit immediately.
Right.
Maybe, but I do know one thing's for goddamn sure, that I didn't start those rumors, and then I was sitting on my couch when I started trending in the world. My agent at the time, Barry Bloom, fielded a phone call from Triple H. I don't know what was discussed because Barry knew goddamn well that I didn't want to fucking go back. So,
okay.
I have no idea if, and that's the truth, is that I don't know what was discussed. I don't think that the WWE was interested in me. I don't think they were, but I can't speak on Big Cass.
Yeah. I like what's happened with Cass too, man. It's been great to see the changes in him. He came in and spoke when I was at Collider for a while. He went and spoke about his journey, so it's good to see him
bro, he's in the best shape of his life. Just recently, he's really, really kicked out of this thing.
Yeah.
Depression is a fucking serious thing, bro. It exists in pro wrestling just like it exists in all walks of the world, man. And until you know somebody who goes through it personally and you see that disease, you just can't even imagine what it could do to somebody. So
yeah. I went through it in 2016, which is why I pulled him aside to talk to him for a few minutes about it and how much I was happy to see how he's bounced back, man. Because that shit can consume you for months, man, or for years if you let it go.
Wow. Yeah, man. Well, I'm just so happy to hear from him, bro. I've been talking to him the past few days. He's been such a great mental place. We're not talking about wrestling. We're not talking anything but just
life.
God and a positive outlook on life. I know that, God is something that people don't like to talk about, but I'm one of those types that prays. And, if somebody ever wants to have that conversation with me, I'm the first to be like, bring it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm happy to hear that he found God in his time of trial and error. And I think that we're going to fucking, and that's not to say he's one of these self-righteous,
Right. No, he's very cool.
Of a bitch. And I'll tell somebody to go fuck themselves. But, he's just in a good place mentally.
Yeah.
Dude, how good does Booker T look?
Yeah.
Still.
Versus Bret Hart right now?
I know, right?
Fantasy matchup of a lifetime. Does it not get you a little upset that Bret Hart never changed the tights or the look?
Oh no, he needed to keep it. He should. That's Bret Hart. That's classic. That's like saying, oh, put Flair in some pants. No. Pink and black attack's gotta be there.
I'm talking about color scheme.
No. Pink and black attack all day.
Well, when he was a tag team partner with the Hart Foundation, he wore light blue.
They did.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
That's right.
That's a fair point.
Come over to the side.
I mean, look at my logo, for God's sakes. Pink and black is where it's at.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Although WCW career Bret was very like emo.
Brother, when you guys are watching Bret Hart work right now,
Yeah.
I hope that that snapmare was terrible, but he just took it. When you watch how Bret moves around on his elbows and knees and rolls, just like selling away and turning and feeding at the perfect, with a wrist out and a face away, mouth always open. It's such Bret Hart shit. Like, there's a way that he bumps and moves that it's its own song and dance in and of itself. It's fucking unbelievable. It's poetry in motion. And so much of what he did built the foundation for what guys of my generation that are in the WWE system, when they go back and they're forced to watch film all goddamn day and night, and they're forced to break shit down. And you want to see great work. You want to know what it looks like?
Yeah.
Look no further. You watch some Bret Hart shit. You see the way he sells. You see the spacing that he takes to sell. You'll see how he never keeps his eye off of his opponent, but always has him in his peripheral, that, he takes his fucking time and he works at a main event pace. He doesn't work as an opener. He doesn't open a fucking card and work at an opener pace. He knows how to pace himself as a heavyweight in a tag match. He's just a fucking guy who can fucking write a recipe on how to do this shit.
Yeah.
He's a fucking man, dude.
But don't discount Booker either, man. Booker's been so damn good for so damn long.
Never been in the ring with up until this point in his career. He knows it, and his ears are open, and he's going to give and take with him as best he can. I guarantee you. But Bret is definitely calling the pace of this thing.
Bro,
Did you watch the Tom McGee match they released?
Yo, yeah. There's a whole documentary on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's incredible.
Who's Tom?
It's one of those lost gems, man. It's like I finally found a good quality version of Bret Hart versus Ric Flair, where Bret won the title, because that wasn't at like a big pay-per-view or anything like that. It used to you could only find it on those old Coliseum home videos.
Right.
But I just finally fucking found a version of it to add to the realism, the making it look like a struggle, the methodical nature in which he took you apart, because he's not flying all over the ring. He's not fucking the biggest dude in the world, but he's making it look like he can fucking hurt you.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. Brother,
we're watching all this shit back, and we watch it back and we say we don't remember. The amount of abuse these guys have put on their bodies that they just nobody remembers, and the amount of, any wrestler for that matter.
Yeah.
So, it's picking and choosing which hills you want to die on. At this point, with the knowledge we have with pro wrestling, it's not like it was back then.
Yeah.
Like, this can never be lived again. Guys went so fucking hard, they'll never go this hard again.
Yeah.
No species of man from now on will ever go as hard in the paint as these fucking guys went. I'm telling you, when you watch that Bulls in Detroit, you watch these guys wrestling. They were living harder, man. They were harder men. They were using maps to get to and from places.
Well, I mean, especially anybody from fucking Stu Hart's clan. I mean, Jesus Christ. The dungeon was not, it's been like, romanticized about what that was, but it wasn't a ring down there. That was a basement with weights and a hard ass floor. And these dudes are taking full flat backs and throwing each other against wooden walls.
You see the way Bret Hart moves, right? Watch. Yeah. When he stands up, you'll see how bow-legged he is.
Yeah.
You'll see how his hips are kind of, squared, like a square frame almost.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of the guys that come like Chris Jericho. that come from that wrestling background of this style, pro wrestling. They have a similar build. It's because of the roundness of rolls and like when you're rolling and falling and moving, your body just kind of contorts into this because it becomes a way of life. And, and it's just how it's safest to fall. And you know, these guys have perfected that you know, movement.
Dude, all those dudes.
How good does that lifter look with that camera shot? You guys are you at the same point? He's working Booker down in the corner. I'm like 10 seconds behind him. But, bro, just, you know, Bret knowing that camera and the methodic way that he just worked him down. Look at how Booker just sells straight down. And Bret has his mouth open. He's so slow. And every one of those means something. And he called something to him. He called something to him, right? But he hit his face in his fucking chest, and that camera was right there, and you didn't even barely see it.
Yeah.
Excellent execution, man.
It's true. Bret Hart really does, like, Jericho now really does kind of move like a later career Bret.
Yeah. Dude, all those dudes, Lance Storm, fucking even like TJ and Davey Boy Jr., all those dudes have a similar like movement.
Yeah.
It's like stiff but smooth.
Dude, you'll see a lot of guys in the WWE have that movement. It's just a matter of like doing up and down drills. Like in wrestling, you're going to be laying on your back, right? And the coach goes up, and you just have to have the weight. If he says right, on your right shoulder, right knee, right leg, up to your left foot without putting your hand on the ground. You don't use your hand to get you up. You use your legs. You spin your legs either way. So if they say left or right, you do these drills a million times to a point where when you're in a wrestling match, you just feed up slowly off of your knee and off of your fucking elbow like he just did there. Boom.
Why don't you use your hand?
It's just a matter of if I'm laying on my back this way and you're behind me, if I'm 360 view, like if I'll give you 360, right? Here's the whole view. I'm looking at the crowd all the way. There you are, arm drag. I just turned and showed my face to the whole crowd before I turned and fed to you for an arm drag. And I take that arm drag, and when I fed for you, I rolled on my whole left side, straight down my back, through my right leg. And then when I land, I push up through my right leg, and it's just a roll, just like taking an arm drag. If you're learning how to feed in wrestling where you're turning around into punches or turning around into arm drags or turning around into hip tosses or turning around into any action that's called to you, you just fall repetitively like Ric Flair does on his hip, taking that top rope bump and that backdrop, how Ric falls on his side every time because his left side's fucked up. He had an L4 fucking lumbar rupture. So he lands on his left side. It's like if you watch fucking Enzo and the way I bump, you can tell what the fuck ailed me at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, this vintage Bret, the turnbuckle fucking figure 4.
Yeah, Bret working as a heel tag is great too.
Here comes Stevie Ray.
I would have never put Bret Hart in the greatest of all time talk until I saw him do the heel Hart Foundation thing in '97. It's some of my favorite shit of all time.
What's so funny about it is
I hated Bret so much growing up.
Dude.
Oh yeah, me too.
Viciously.
Yeah.
What's so funny is Enzo before was talking about the French guy you work with, how he gets heat everywhere he goes. I live in Montreal, which is like a massive city. And whenever the French guy here, they fucking love him.
Right. Because wasn't that the dynamic too with Bret and the Hart Foundation? They were heroes in Canada.
Yeah.
And anywhere in the United States, they just got booed out of the building.
I was at the screw job.
Oh really?
Shit,
I was like
really?
8, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Montreal?
Yeah.
So you saw a lot of great wrestling then growing up. They definitely ran that town a lot, the McMahon.
Yeah. Were you there for 18? WrestleMania 18 for Hogan Rock?
That was Toronto.
Oh, was that Toronto? Oh, my bad. All right.
You know what I find funny and intriguing is that you have to understand the old pathways in a lot of these old territories. Okay. So if you think about Vince's grandpa and his grandpa running the carnival days, you know what I'm saying? like the wrestling show came to town in a tent with the carnival.
Right.
What towns did the carnival run? Because we come to this town every time it's a good market. Every time the carnival starts in Massachusetts and makes its way down to Florida, what towns do we stop at along the way? This is the process of pro wrestling going back at the turn of the century, 1900. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you date this shit back, and you think of a time, where we all know what a mark is. I've explained this to you, is that a mark, we call a wrestling mark a mark because a promoter would go and have chalk on his hand. And if somebody was gullible enough to believe that the pro wrestling that was coming to town was real, they'd mark them on their back by slapping them on the back, say, hey, enjoy the show. They had a little chalk on their finger. Now they mark that person. Now I'm a bookie and I go up to him and I get his money because I get the illegal betting on the fucking fake wrestling show. All right, and we marked him. He's a mark. He's got dumb enough to believe this shit. All right, that's what a mark is. So you date this shit back and you run it all the way up, man. It's they control and dictate the narrative in all these situations and shit like that. But when you really think about the back in the days that translate to now, like Vince, his grandpa ran Pikesville, Kentucky. And they still have a stronghold on Pikesville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And they're going to run that town, and you're going to be in the WWE driving through the Appalachian Mountains, just like the old school guys did with the fucking carnival pulling tail behind them.
Yeah. With
the wrestlers, because they still have some of the same routes. You run into fucking, Chattanooga and Pikesville, Kentucky, and Knoxville. And they're still running these same towns that the New Yorkers, they call them the McMahons, the New Yorkers, that they ran. You know what I mean? They came and they took them our territory.
Dude, it's so funny you brought that up. I was watching Ric Flair. He was on IG Live yesterday for like a good 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, getting interviewed, and some stuff I had never heard him talk about before that I thought was like fascinating, where they were talking about Vince Sr. and what it was like when he was a member of the NWA committee. Because, they succeeded after a while, but it was just like what that dynamic was like when he like had a vote on who the world champion was and how they perceived him and all that. And like Flair was saying, even back then, even though Vince, the WWF kind of had their own thing. Yeah, they were members of the NWA, but he wasn't like a Vern Gagne or blah, blah, blah. But all those dudes still looked up to Vince Sr.
Yeah.
Like, he was still just the man. He's the only one who showed up to those meetings in a suit. You know what I mean? And, like, he had control of Madison Square Garden. And so, like, it was just, like, always destined to be a different thing than what the territories were kind of trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I found it interesting I think it was 2 weeks ago in the Dark Side of the Ring about Dino Bravo. I didn't even know that. Like he was reluctant to join the WWF at the time because he was running a promotion here.
Yep.
That he didn't want to give up.
Yep.
The Canadian.
Yeah. I didn't know that his hair wasn't fucking blonde. I learned that from Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, bullshit.
Hilarious. All I ever remember of Dino Bravo was he was always doing fucking push-ups for some reason.
Bro, I didn't remember anything about Dino Bravo. I didn't until I went back and watched a lot of the shit. I mostly knew who wrestlers were due to the action figures.
And then Dino got taken out like 20 minutes from where I live.
Dude.
Wait. Dino went down?
Oh, like mob style.
Oh, yeah, he got executed, dude.
Yeah, you got to see this Dark Side of the Ring, dude. They killed him. They shot his head like 7 times.
What?
Yeah, dude,
man.
you got to watch this thing, dude.
Mob hit.
He became an enforcer for the mob after he couldn't like make money off wrestling anymore. And then there were some deals with the Native Americans there in Canada, and some shit went wrong, and he was like shot in his house, and he was like watching TV with the remote in his hand.
Crazy.
So don't be an enforcer, Enzo. Don't go in that route. Just
here we go, baby.
Never, man.
It's crazy.
Perfect.
I kind of love it about Montreal that it's like this world-known city, but it's still fully corrupt.
Yeah. Like, you have no idea until you like do the research on it. You're like, oh, that's a cool little city, and then you go, holy shit.
Well, look at fucking Jersey, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I live in Hudson County, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? Hey, you shutting down a fucking bridge? They're gonna pay us up or what? Fuck Chris Christie shut the goddamn bridge down.
That's right.
You know, they're less like, it's not outward crime. It's more just like everything, every law and everything gets decided based on not politics.
Right.
All right, I'm just going to say this. Anyone watching, if anyone knows how I can get a hold of any Mr. Perfect shirts from that era in an XL, get at me. I've been like searching high and low for Mr. Perfect shirts from that era, and they're like impossible to find. But I'm searching. I'm on the hunt.
Dude, is there a chance in WWE that the heavyweight champion is not the main event of a pay-per-view? This is so weird.
Only when you got Dennis Rodman and Karl Malone
I guess
involved.
Or
Plus, you know, to
yeah,
have with a Goldberg match, it's like you're going to see 3 minutes action and you're out of there.
That's true. I've never seen a man be more successful in this business doing less than Goldberg.
I know.
It's incredible.
What do you mean?
I mean, like his matches are never long.
It's great.
I'd like him to shoot it. I'd love him to do a 30-minute match once.
Great booking. I hate the guy backstage who gets the shot to do this gimmick, but this gimmick fucking worked.
It did, clearly. He's still fucking doing this gimmick.
Fucking hell.
Even though the times were like
God bless
people,
the guy, just like you want to hate on Kevin Nash. God bless the guys who go out there and get the most bang for their fucking buck in the biz. And let the marks who want to work every night and take 1,000 fucking bumps, work backstage in a suit and fucking tie one day. Let them do that.
yeah,
Like,
like, yeah.
guys set the groundwork for fucking look at this. Look at this.
People complain about Lesnar all the time.
You call me a mark, I headbutt the locker. You know what I mean? I headbutt the locker and I leave the locker room and you'll never forget. There's mark on my fucking forehead, boy. Look at him.
Yeah.
Ah!
It's like Brando getting
victim of no long-term plan. It was like,
Bro,
okay, he's undefeated. He beats Hogan.
No, you're dead wrong, bro. Terry Taylor was the booker there. He was my coach all throughout the years. So the entire years that I was in the WWE, there was only one goddamn coach that really wanted to work with me. I worked with a shit ton of coaches now.
So what was the plan then for after he beat Hogan? I mean, he was a champion for a minute. Then we had the finger poke, and then that was that.
Class, right? Our class was Samoa Joe, Enzo and Cass, Finn Balor, Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, Dash, and Dawson. And that was it. Wow. That was our class. And it was with Terry Taylor. And for 2 fucking years, that was our class with Terry. And we had to sit there with Terry. We didn't have to go in the ring and work all day, every day, like everybody else. We just went to class, and we sat and watched this shit with the guy who booked it, Terry Taylor.
Mm.
And the whole Goldberg shit, that's why he hates Kevin Nash, I think. Or maybe they don't hate each other. Maybe I'm saying the wrong thing. Maybe they don't. But the booking that went into, Goldberg losing was supposed to be construed for Hogan over all these years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And build up with the Giant and the Giant be this big opponent for Hogan next. You know what I mean? And when Hogan turns heel and then all the NW, oh, what a bump by Perfect. You see this bumping and feeding?
Yeah, man.
That's bumping and feed.
We were talking about Bret Hart, dude. We can never discount fucking Henning, man. This dude was absolute perfection.
Role too, didn't he? Didn't he have his role?
Yeah.
He came out there and he made a guy look perfect.
Yeah, we just did a couple weeks ago. We did a reviewed one of his matches from when he faced Nick Bockwinkel. That's how long he's been doing
AWA,
it. Yeah, the AWA, and those were some damn good, hardcore, like stiff matches. You're watching that shit, going, Jesus, that's how you built your reputation back then, man. You took those real bumps.
Yeah, and like Perfect, he suffered from like kind of being too good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was like, okay, you can make anyone look amazing, so we're going to use you in that capacity rather than push you to the main event.
Right.
Yeah. That's what happens, boy. There's a goddamn job to do, and there's 8 matches on a card, and I've said this to you, Chris, and you know my philosophy on this side, because I just don't know many. I haven't heard many other people put it to me like this. Joey Mercury once said this to me, and it was It was so that I would appreciate what spot I was in.
Hmm.
I mean, he basically just hit the jackhammer off the top rope. Why did he do it like that? Why did he hit a running power slam on him?
It's interesting because you can't discount Goldberg as like, oh, it's just all the spear and with the jackhammer and powerbomb, and then you're like, every once in a while he throws in a weird little move, like that scissors move he got and flipped Henning with, or
right,
the weird random submission moves he tries to put.
Never worry about the wrestling moves. Just watch what I will say is
that's fair.
You know, when I see this shit, man, it's like you get 8 matches on a card. It's what Joey Mercury said to me that made a lot of sense. And anybody who knows pro wrestling will tell you Joey Mercury is one of the most brilliant wrestling minds that ever lived. You got your heavyweight championship match, your intercontinental title match, your tag team title match, your women's title match, right? You're going to have your battle royal or your big time smudge tag, whether it's like an 8-on-8 tag or a 16-man tag. You know what I mean? Because if people miss travel, we need to have backups for those other matches.
Yeah.
Guys don't make it to the arena and they want to see wrestlers, and nobody loves an entrance more than the fans. They don't give a fuck about the wrestling. They want to see guys dump through the curtain. So a battle royal fits perfectly right before intermission, right? So you're going to have your fucking match. How many cards do we have now? How many titles do we have? Now we got a lot of titles. It's a new world. New world. We're doing mega cards, okay? You got your heavyweight title, your U.S. title, your intercontinental title, cruiserweight title, women's tag team title, men's tag team title, and now there's one match left on the card, Enzo. You're in the opener. You're in the opener. That means that nobody here needs to see you fight for a title to care.
Right.
They care enough already. So if you're in that spot, you're the only one that can hold that spot, and that is the hardest spot to get in the business on the biggest promotion in the fucking world. So congratulations, kid. Get the fuck out of my face. As was said to me by Joey Mercury.
That's cool. What I love about being a wrestling fan is there's 2 ways to watch it. You could either watch it like it's a story that's believable, or as as a business and think about the intricacies and stuff. But either way, when you're watching, the whole game is, am I being worked? Either way.
I will tell you this, dude. I had a fucking about a fucking run in the WWE on the main roster for fucking about 2 years. Never worked a popcorn match once in my career. And that's the match after intermission. That's 9 times out of 10 the women.
Yeah.
They put the women's tag match there, the one where it's like 6-on-6, you know what I mean, of girls. And then they'll have the women's title match on the semi-main event, and then the main event be the title match. The intercontinental match will usually be the match to send you off into intermission or after the popcorn match. So you have a back end 4 and a front end 4. So if you're booking a card, you know, you got your main event, you got your women's title, your fucking intercontinental, and then your popcorn, which will be a variety of women. So you give women, men at the end. But at the beginning, in the opening match, maybe you'll even have an intergender in the second match or the third match, where it'll be a guy and a girl on the same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the second match and the third match, usually the match where you see the battle royal, or you see the fucking schmage or the fucking tag. Right. You know what I mean? Then you'll see maybe a cold match on the third or fourth match, you know, an advertised match that we advertise in the town. So we know these guys are definitely going to be there in those towns.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they book. You know, you don't think about it as a booking agent for the biggest promotion in the fucking world, like how they structure their business and how the rest of the world, you know, replicates that process.
Yeah, yeah.
What did we have? We had a 8-match card at the Comedy Store when we ran that show, Chris.
Something like that.
Just follow the WWE. We'll have 8 matches on a card. You know what I mean? Everybody does.
That's right.
It's about an hour.
Had Enzo open it, followed by the tag match. Had the big main event set up.
Yeah.
Dude, buffer. So much money.
Do you know that him and Bruce didn't know they were brothers?
What?
Yeah, because Hinchcliffe is friends with Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
So they independently got into this racket of being announcers, and later realized that they were brothers and found that whole situation out and started the whole Buffer Brothers entertainment.
Are they stepbrothers or something like that? Like different dads or different moms? Like
I don't know. I don't know if they share both parents, but they definitely share certain parents.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, is it kayfabe brothers?
Work, all right. Up until about a year ago, me and Big Cass squashed the fucking rumor that we met at Rucker Park playing ball. Come on.
But it was Bruce, like his whole Ready to Rumble wasn't trademarked. And it was Bruce who got him to trademark it because he had the It's Time trademark.
Right. It's time.
Oh, here we go. Main event time, guys. Godzilla's in the building.
I missed that old Hogan shirt. I can't find it anymore. Oh, is he coming out to? Oh, they just put the NWO music.
What else do you need?
Well, I mean, you got to come out with that the Jimi Hendrix music. That's the music come out to, man.
I don't even know if that's what they even do on the network. Sometimes you're watching the network and Rick Rude comes out and you're just like, what the fuck music is that?
They do. They dub the
song.
songs.
You need to get the NWO Hogan sleeve that he was wearing on his head.
Dude,
I wearing a bandana. It was like a fucking sleeve. It was like reversible. And bro, you can put that on your face nowadays with these masks, you know what I'm saying?
This is my favorite faction. It can't be beat. I know the Horsemen. I know DX. Nobody beats NWO for me, man. That's my team.
I agree with that. You rewatch DX a little now, and it's like, it's not as cool as these men. That was like playing pranks, like
right,
bro.
Dude. They're not drawing dicks on a screen like DX did,
Bro, I'm sorry. That shit was whack as fuck when you think about it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once DX firmed up into a faction is when they lost how cool it was.
Right.
When it was just Shawn and Triple H being assholes,
right.
That's when it was fun.
Well, it's like NWO. As soon as they start putting it on like Scott Norton and shit, you're just like, yeah, I'm good. When
Rick Rude wore a suit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think the last 6 probably should have been the last member of the NWO. Like X-Pac should have been the last member.
Got it right there. I still get weird when they try to make
who is behind them.
That's Beefcake, dude, the disciple.
The barber.
Wait, that's Brutus?
Yeah.
Barber Beefcake?
Yeah, the disciple.
Wait. That's Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
No way.
When he turned NWO, he turned into this like motorcycle riding guy named the Disciple. Yeah.
Who just hit a stunner. That was his thing.
Yeah, right. That's
awesome. That's exactly what I would have done. They were hot, right?
The gimmicks they put on the barber in WCW are legendarily corny. It's like he was
know one thing, bro. Wrestling about moments, okay? That's all it is.
Sure.
So you have these moments, and this is the meme generation before it was ever memes. And that moment of that fucking super kick through the window, toss Jannetty, barbershop, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Like nobody ever forgets that shit.
Amazing.
Snake fucking biting fucking Macho Man with his fucking, his fucking snake.
Yeah.
Shit, you don't forget. When Hogan turned on the NWO and hit that leg drop and all the fucking shit pouring into the ring with the soda cans and all that shit. Never forget.
Dude, when it happened, I popped like a 5-year-old screaming for a Christmas toy. When he went heel, I was screaming, like high-pitched screaming in the house when it happened, man.
It's wrestling's 9/11 when the second leg hit Savage.
I was at one of these moments. The Hardy Boys returned at WrestleMania. I was in the fucking ring, and I heard, there's never been a louder pop than that. There's never been a louder pop than the Hardy Boys at that Mania entry.
That's right. Yeah.
I've been on stage for Hunter, Sting at Mania, there was still daylight in the air. Dude, we're talking about nighttime, Orlando, East Coast, fucking Hardy Boys came out. I was in the fucking ring. That was the loudest goddamn noise.
And it was a long walk to the ring too, so they could like savor that That pop, it lasted the whole walk to the ring. It was incredible.
It was incredible.
Speaking of incredible,
That's all
I just love DDP's story, man. From driving a Cadillac into the ring, into the arena at WrestleMania 6, not even a wrestler, not on the card at all, to getting going in his early 30s, and
Late
to
30s.
what he's become now. It's just amazing.
Super inspirational guy, Eddie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was like 35 when he finally started to become.
He started wrestling at 35, bro, and Bruce Springsteen wrote Born to the USA when he was 35 too. So that came out when he was 35. So
So I'm a year late for my wrestling debut. You want?
I'm almost lost in wrestling and music for Enzo Amore, my friends.
But technically, I did make my wrestling debut last year, so I'm right on track.
There you go.
You know what my favorite Brutus angle was? When Diamond
I don't know if anyone's ever said that since.
One that I love.
Oh,
Where Diamond Dallas Page was feuding with Mark Marrow over Kimberly, but then Mark Marrow left the company, so they just put Brutus in instead and didn't explain anything.
He kind of looks like him.
Booty Man at that point?
Yeah, Booty Man.
Booty Man, right?
Good Lord. Look at Rodman, fucking star.
Yeah.
Best ever. Ugh.
Incredible.
He's in my top 5 humans.
How furious, though, are you if you're Jerry Krause or Phil Jackson? What is he doing right now?
Right. This is why Jerry was like, we got to bust this up. I can't handle it.
no, they couldn't do that. They let it rock all year. They won a ring.
Yeah, true.
I'm shocked.
Malone never won a ring, so it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Malone, he lives, he listens to my music when he lifts weights.
The best flex ever.
I just would love to know.
Go, Chris, you saw it. Chris, you saw it. I sent you the text.
Yes, I saw it.
You can confirm it.
I just would love to know what Rodman is whispering.
This is
I'm not surprised. It's good workout music. I just love that Karl Malone's fucking pumping iron to it.
Listen, guys. Give the devil his due sometime and listen to my shit. I
do. It's good.
No.
Oh, God.
What happened now? Is he going to play? Oh, no.
I don't know.
Like I said, I just love to know. I would love to know what Rodman is saying in Hogan's. You're like, oh, let's have some fun. Or let's do some.
Hey, let's go to Vegas after this.
I got Carmen Electra waiting for me in the back. Dude, that story of Carmen saying that she ran and hid under the bed when Jordan knocked on the door in Last Dance. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's
so
power.
good.
It's crazy to think that, look how poised and confident Rodman is. He's only 6-7 years into being this guy.
Right.
He's a quiet country kid until he came out of his shell.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point, man. And he looks so natural in there in terms of he doesn't look nervous. It doesn't look like he's out of place.
He's not in the least.
Proud.
You still see kind of some jitters in Malone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Rodman's moving smooth, man.
Yeah.
I love that they start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. He's playing.
And I love that. And again, we think of pro wrestlers as these.
in New Jersey, boy.
Fantastic. Jesus.
I feel like
my
you
God.
somewhere and got that.
Look at that.
How do I get that DoorDasher, man? That looks great.
Get that shit out of my face. I haven't eaten all day yet.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
Look at him, chicken shit healing. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Now I need a snack.
I honestly think Rodman was a solid wrestler, psychology-wise.
I think if he had really wanted to do it, really do it as a transition thing, he'd have been great.
He tried a little bit. He had a run with Savage.
Yeah, I remember that. That's right.
So strange.
Imagine those two talking about it.
Yo,
I was just about to say, I want to hear a voicemail recording of Savage and Rodman planning out a wrestling match.
Whatever happened to Savage at the end of his career? What was his last bookings?
Pretty much Rodman.
Yeah. I saw what you did in the ring, brother. I think we work well together. Give me a call.
What happened?
My favorite, Savage's last TV appearance was on a Nitro where he comes out, shits on the business a little bit, and then he claims that he's got someone that's the future of the business that's going to save it, and then he's going to reveal him soon. And then he's not on TV again, which is kind of perfect.
That's his last booking?
Left us guessing.
Yeah.
Enzo, you should remix some of Savage's songs, man.
Maybe I was the guy that was going to save the business that Savage was going to introduce, but you guys didn't know it yet.
He was just, like 14 years early.
Look at that. Look at that Rodman smile. He's just having a blast there.
I met Savage and he knew what time it was.
I'll give him the loser sign. That's so perfect.
Like, look at these guys play the crowd for 15 minutes now.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, haven't really touched. And also, it'd probably be like so hard to blow Rodman up. He's like had a notorious motor.
Oh yeah. Jordan talked about that when he came back from the injury. He just went tearing ass around the track.
Yeah, he never got tired.
Yep.
It's crazy that Malone agreed to do this like less than a month after the finals where he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be fucking pissed at Rodman.
Go into business for yourself, bro. You hurt him.
It wasn't Rodman that pushed Byron Russell.
Right.
That was Jordan. Still do. I mean, Malone.
That's the greatest booking of an entertainer. And,
It's better than LT, that's for sure.
LT almost died.
Yeah, he blew up so quickly.
He could barely move after the match. He was done.
I loved that LT match. I never watched it back, and I don't want to.
No. Wait, you guys don't take plays off? No, man, we don't. We don't. This is wrestling, bro. Where's the TV timeout?
And it's so funny to see this, and like, I was close with Piper, and to see how much this is embraced, and how Piper would tell us about how not embraced it was in his time.
Oh yeah.
And how Mania 1, it was like, I mean, whatever. Roddy's gone now, but he initially planned to seriously hurt Mr. T at WrestleMania 1.
Right.
He had a whole plan in his head. He was gonna backdrop him outside of the ring and just kind of angle it a little higher than he should, and just chalk it up to that was an accident.
Are these male Spanx that they're wearing for those the stomach? It's keeping it tight.
Yeah, I don't know what pant material Malone have on, but good God.
But look at this fucking hold, bro. Karl Malone just started shooting on Hogan.
Yeah. Here we go.
Brother. Whatever, you like this hold? This is your hold then. What the fuck is this? I've never seen this hold in my life, but you can pull it off, brother. Just you bring me in. That's not a headlock. That's not nothing that Brock Lesnar. But that's a goddamn body slam.
Is there anyone there who could take Malone if they did decide to just shoot?
Right. I don't know if there's anyone yet.
I don't know.
Maybe Goldberg.
Malone's a fucking cowboy, man. That dude rides horses.
Maybe Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
I heard Bret Hart could go in a real fight.
Well, Vince will tell you.
Chris Jericho choked out Goldberg in real life.
Yeah, put him in that front fucking face lock and held him there. But Cornette always talks about how, like, in a real fight, Bret would beat most people's ass backstage.
Yeah.
Number one is Meng, right?
Legendary stories of Haku, bro.
I always heard Haku.
Haku is scary, dude. Like real time scary.
Yeah.
Haku.
Piper said without question, like Haku. And he said, I mean, the stories from that time, it's hard to tell what the fuck is real and what isn't.
Haku, Fit Finley is a hard ass that he wouldn't expect.
Oh, yeah. Fit, yeah.
I know people say Scotty Steiner was like the guy you don't fuck with.
I bet.
Scott Steiner was a fucking nutbag. You wouldn't want to fuck with him or Rick.
Well, I mean, him and that Buff Bagwell thing like legitimately popped off. There was like legitimate issues.
Hawk from Legion of Doom. Hawk from Legion of Doom was not to be fucked.
Yeah, he'll hurt people in the ring too.
I heard Rick Rude was not to be fucked with either.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Rick Rude didn't get his title run because he knocked out Warrior.
Oh yeah. I'm sure Bubba Ray's got a strong reputation for working stiff when he wants to work stiff.
Yeah. Everybody will tell you, including Bubba Ray, there's a guy to look out for.
Well, shout out to Bubba, man. Velvet Sky. Oof, way outkicked that coverage, man. Shout out to him, dude.
Bubba's a man. Bubba's my OG. Taught me a lot.
The Dudleys were, man, they were just so great to watch all the time.
I had the best spots, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They were putting women through tables on the reg.
I mean, they put, what's her face? Not Moolah, but
Mae Young.
Yeah, Mae Young.
Unbelievable.
Mae Young through a table.
I'm also looking for that shirt, by the way. If anyone ever finds an original tie-dye Dudley Boys shirt from ECW, I gotta have it.
Dude.
It is the best. It is one of the best. The original tie-dye 3D shirt. Yeah, that would rock me.
Who was the patriarch again of the Dudleys? Who was the daddy?
Big Dick Dudley.
Big Dick. That's right. That's right.
And Sign Guy.
Yo, that was a terrible bump by Rodman, bro.
Yeah.
Sign Guy Dudley was a fan who would just bring signs to the ring. And Heyman was like, fuck it, bring him into the act.
That's so good.
So good.
Wait, who is it? Who said bring him in?
Heyman. And Joel Gertner was Studley Dudley.
Yeah.
And then they brought in Lil Spike, who was the runt of the litter and was the only baby face at the end of
Jesus Christ, this is tough.
Oh yeah, the stumble into DDP was that's a blow.
He just told him to sell, I'm pretty sure. I hope.
Now I'm realizing why I don't remember this match.
It's not awful, bro. You didn't watch this shit, man.
I didn't want to say anything when you asked the question at the beginning, Chris.
They're struggle fucking each other, man.
Yeah.
He should have skipped a few more practices in the finals. We got
This looks like
look at how bad it was. What are they doing, man? I missed it. Oh God, it's hard to watch.
This is like, oh my God. Well, you know what? In fairness, I'll say this. Have you ever seen two people fight that don't know how to fight?
Yeah, it's true.
This is what it looks like.
It's a shit show.
This is like Pineapple Express, like Seth Rogen fighting Danny McBride.
This is why the guys who love the business hate celebrity spots.
Right.
As much as I love Neville, I'm pretty sure that he probably did not want to do that spot with fucking Green Arrow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Stephen Amell.
Yeah.
But then again, he was probably like, I'd love to do SummerSlam and make a payday.
Right.
Fuck it.
Malone comes off way better in this match than Rodman does.
Yeah, Robin was tweaking, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't even take out his facial jewelry to participate in this match.
I tell you how many matches I've had with that referee, Charles Robinson, right there, man. He's
Little
Little
Nate.
Nate.
Little Nate. Love him.
great guy, man. One of the nicest.
See Hogan directing this whole thing. I mean, he's the greatest ever at like milking time. He can wrestle for 3 minutes and give you a 40-minute main event.
Oh, yeah.
Without question. People were saying like who should be in the next Firefly Funhouse match. It's got to be Hulk Hogan, right?
What? At his age,
Come on.
man?
That'd be great.
100%.
He looks like a Santa Claus now, man. It'd be
But
weird.
that's the point. Like now, they don't have to work. You know what I mean? What him and Cena did wasn't a match.
It's true.
You know,
Oh, you mean like that? Oh, that
Yeah.
would be great. A match
Be
like that.
amazing.
Yeah.
Genius. Because you bring in his ex-wife, you bring in all kind of his son.
To
Shit.
me, that's the future of using legends. Like
Yeah,
you do matches like that. You don't need them to get in the ring and
Bro,
brawl.
you had a Firefly Funhouse that featured Brooke Hogan and his son.
If you could get away with that, that would be.
I keep saying that's the big money match that everyone's not buying into. Brooke Hogan versus Charlotte Flair. We need that. We need that.
But especially now, like, we don't know how soon.
Why wouldn't that happen again?
Because for whatever reason, like the WWE doesn't want to bring in Brooke.
I'm sure there's a number of reasons for that, but yeah. Can Brooke wrestle? I don't remember if she was able to do it when she was at TNA.
Rodman is wrestling. What the fuck do you mean?
Fair point.
Right.
Risk marquee, someone like Charlotte Flair.
If there's money in a match, I always say do it.
True. Very true.
Book it.
Especially now, because we don't know like when the next arena show is going to be. They got to get creative with ideas. What they do, because they're bringing back Jeff Hardy. They should let him go full like Brother Nero and have like a in-universe between multiple promotions.
Yeah.
I'd be all for that. But like, we have Piper's daughter wrestling now.
True.
Well,
She was on our show at the Comedy Store.
All right about that or no?
Say what?
Is Jeff only allowed to be there for a few more months? Because
because his contract was supposed to expire, but because he was gone for the incidents, they just tacked that time off onto his contract.
Wow.
And
That's why he's not with Matt in AEW.
They're really, really promoting his comeback now too.
Yeah.
He was a big star.
He's great. I just hope they do something when they bring him back rather than just promote it and throw him.
I mean, I would have never thought that in 2020 we'd be talking more about Matt Hardy than Jeff, but weird shit happens.
Dude, there's a series of matches you want to see Jeff have one-on-one. Has he fought AJ? Has he had a feud with AJ one-on-one?
I don't think so.
But the problem is, like, they don't let those guys have the matches you want to see now.
Bro, listen, man. If you got fucking an empty wrestling ring and an empty arena, I put out all the guys who were backstage. I put them in the fucking audience.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody who's is in the audience, and you have a random selection from the fans at home on two wrestlers that are in the crowd, and they depict them at home. And those guys who are sitting in the crowd get randomly selected, and you can work it, and you don't need to tell the fans that you're fucking working it. You don't tell the fans. Make the fans think that they fucking voted it in. And then you go out there and you have fucking two guys like Sami Zayn versus Cesaro in a random match chosen for an hour fucking Broadway. They got to do a Broadway, followed by Broadway, followed by Broadway. 3 fucking Broadways with the fans choosing who the fucking – and all the guys that are in the crowd got to be the people that are backstage. So this way you have an audience and everybody participates like you normally would.
Yeah. Is that Malone's wife?
Yeah, it's Malone's wife.
AEW has MJF in the crowd. Like, he hasn't been there in a few weeks, but it was the best part of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, MJF is fucking just
him gambling money. And it's also a great way to promote the heel versus the face because you split your crowd.
Right. Right.
Dude, Rodman he's stumbling around, but he's still healing it up well on the outside.
Wait, I'm trying to remember. Was it Leno versus Hogan in just a one-on-one match?
No.
No, it was Hogan and Bischoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was terrible.
Why the hell did they?
They did this match exactly. Pro athletes.
Yeah.
Did they just hit a bad edit? Did they edit this?
Probably. It's like, remember when Hogan fought with Mean Gene? Like, he had Mean Gene as his tag team partner. That was even worse.
Well, like take all the awesomeness of this match and then replace the pro athletes with a 50-year-old TV host.
Right.
You know what my technique would be?
Book that shit.
You got to just give guys cues that have never wrestled before. This is too much back and forth shit.
Yeah. Plus, there's nothing you can't replicate a live audience and what can happen in a live audience and how that like boosts people's adrenaline and can they hear the spots you're calling?
Yeah, when you don't know what you're doing, you got to shut the fuck up and let those who do make it really simple for you. Yeah. You told me that before the Comedy Store show. I let Darby Allin just tell me where to stand, what to touch, what not to touch, and we made it work.
You just wait for, the cue. You're going to know when the cue comes because the first time you're sitting by the ring, you're waiting for it forever.
Oh, son. Well, I had to be ready to act when Darby went for his finishing move. I couldn't even pay attention to the commentary I was doing because I'm like, wait, when's he going to go to the top? Is that it? Is that not it? Oh, wait, is that? And then it was like nerve-wracking.
Yeah, man. Doing that at the elite level every single week.
I can only imagine. Jesus
Christ. Wild lifestyle.
Yeah.
And, there's no way to explain it, but the guys who get it, get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get it. But the guys who don't, you can always fucking tell if they don't. When you're working somebody like, dude, it's as simple as like if Karl Malone's in that corner, you punch him and you tell him to settle down on the apron. Don't fall out of the ring. Lay down on the apron. And this way, when you're laying there, just pretend that you're hurt the whole time and watch everything happen. Just lay here, brother. Just lay here and pretend you're dead. Hand to God, boy. Get the fuck down. Just pretend that you're dead. Nobody will know the difference. And then whatever goes on, you wait for that moment. When I tag fucking Hogan in, get up. Because we're tagging you in, and Hogan's going to hit you. You're going to run into Hogan 5 times, and he's going to bump for you. Then you big boot him, and then you leg drop him, and then we're done. That's what WWE does so well. So well now that they did not do forever. They made a masterpiece out of that Ronda, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H.
Oh, yeah.
They made a masterpiece out of Gronkowski. They made a masterpiece out of things that, when Gronk was featured in it because of the simplicity. You cannot fuck this up. It's just, you make it so that you tell a story, and you didn't think for 1 second that Triple H and Stephanie McMahon could beat them. Right. But they told that fucking story so well, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it is. And you can minimize what people need to know in the ring by making it rehearsable and making it, so that people are selling. You can't reiterate enough what selling can do for people. If you believe in your character and you believe in what you're doing, you're going out there and selling. Like, look at DDP. This is the best part of the match. Why? Because DDP is selling, and now Rodman can walk in and out of the ring with confidence.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need to move quickly because he thinks DDP's going to get up and run. If I'm DDP, I'm just saying to him, I ain't going nowhere, brother. You know what I mean? That's the easiest way to get through a match with somebody who does not know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Look, this is Hogan working in DDP, and it's actually good shit. It's like, hold the leg. Hogan just lets go of him. But that's good shit by Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should hit him away. Come near me. Look, grab a hold, grab a hold, grab a hold.
Grab a hold and just hang on.
Man, we do not. They were moving around way too much. They rehearsed way too much bullshit. They should have cut off the first 10 minutes of this match.
Yeah.
I was about to say, this has gone on longer than it ever needed to.
Like Conan disco match could have used 10 more,
Look at this is how you know it's a fun spot that me and Cass used to do that nobody. You see this spot right here? Nobody ever makes the tag. Karl Malone is an idiot. He's getting the corner and sticking his hand out and grab the paper. All right, look at right here. When they're reaching for that tag and they're working, nobody ever actually makes the tag unless it's behind the referee's back like they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Karl Malone's like, I tagged in. And now they get the cheap shots behind the referee's back. This is fucking 1919, boy, working these fucking marks at the carnival.
I love that Karl wasn't allowed to tag in, but the tag that happened behind the ref's back is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He heard it. That used to be my favorite thing when the heels would go behind the ref and just go. So that he
nobody runs that spot better than Arn and Tully.
Oh yeah.
Just negating the referee and and working the referee, telling him, hey, ref, pay attention to the babyface, you know, and fucking just getting all the heat behind the referee's back and not making him look like an asshole. Like, Arn and Tully were smart about getting the heat from the fans, because if you do this shit in front of the referee, you don't get the heat anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to do it behind the referee's back and then sprint back into your corner and don't let the referee see you doing it ever. And this way the fans are only in on seeing it. They get even more mad. Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at hot tag to Malone, killing it. Body slam. He's so tall.
It really is, man.
Look at
So did you guys work the Revival, right? You and Cass?
brother. The first programs that those guys ever worked in their WWE careers were being cast, and they were some of the best programs they've ever worked in their life, and they'll tell you that.
I'm excited to see them finally take on the Young Bucks.
The first time NXT ever went overseas, never been overseas before, we went to the UK, and there was NXT TakeOver UK, Enzo and Cass versus Dash and Dawson for the tag team titles. Carmella. That was where they started the chant, "Oh, Enzo Amore."
Yeah.
They did that in the UK and NXT versus the Revival. That was some of the most fun I had ever had in my life, probably ever will. You know, NXT never hit the road before. That was the first time we ever went to the UK. We didn't even know that they liked us over there. We show up, and they sold out the fucking O2 Arena. And, you know, Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe was the main event. They were just fucking ape shit buck wild the whole card.
Oh,
Rock.
the diamond cutter.
Gotcha. Bang.
Call that a stunner? Oh.
Oh, finish on your end.
But it's not even like DDP wore those tights a lot. Why are they both wearing those?
I know, they're weird.
Nobody knows what happened that day when they came to that.
They went shopping with Disco Inferno that afternoon.
Yeah.
There's your disciple stunner.
That's a terrible stunner, man. Look at Hogan. Hogan's tapping Hogan tapping the disciple. He's like, run out of the ring, man. Run out of the ring, bro. Run out of the ring. Run out of the ring, bro.
Oh, boy.
What kind of dusty finish is happening here?
They're calling this whole thing.
Do you think they had planned on having some kind of return match here because the heels won?
No idea that Chris the Barber Beefcake Stone Cold finish to this match. Oh, wow. Karl Malone got his fucking comeuppance after the bell. Oh,
it takes 2 L's in under a month to Rodman.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ. I didn't mean to get you involved in this, God.
Hey, little Nate with the bump.
Yeah. These are the worst diamond cutters I've ever seen.
Carmelo's the only one awake.
Right.
Oh, he's got fucking. I had no idea, bro. I feel funny calling him Little Nate. I never call him that.
Yeah.
I call him Charles, man.
It's hilarious to me that even Malone loses in the finals and they haven't lose this match.
Right.
How is he okay with that?
That's like Matt Hardy getting like cheated on, and then they have him lose the feud to Edge.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, look at all these NWO members. Like, we don't need any of this.
No. You can keep Papa Pump.
Yeah, like Virgil.
But Scott Hall started falling to the back. Just, you know, yeah, you guys jump in front, bro. They already paid me, bro.
I love Scott.
Well, guys, this was riveting. Absolutely riveting.
A lot of fun for sure.
Man.
That Hulk Hogan's selling merch. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Imagine getting that Rodman shirt.
Let me get that action figure. Reach out the world that action figure. Sell some of these sons of bitches.
It's perfect.
Get all we can out of this Rodman here.
And somewhere at home, Michael Jordan's just like, fuck.
Right.
You guys want the NWO Rodman action figure?
I gotta get out of this thing.
selling the white T-shirt that Hall is in.
You want to talk about brilliant marketing mechanisms? I mean, Hogan just showed you the action figures that were coming out, but not only that, they were in a 2-pack, and you couldn't get Rodman without getting Hogan.
Yeah,
it's true.
So this guy
Amazing.
he knew what he was doing, bro.
Well, brothers, I appreciate you getting up to watch a little wrestling this morning.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Thanks everybody who was chatting along with us and watching along. Tyler, Enzo, you got anything to promote?
Yeah, go over to prowrestlingtees.com/real one, right in it, / whatever. It's a fucking slash, but prowrestlingtees.com/real one. Head over to Real Space One on YouTube. Follow me at Real One on Instagram and Twitter. I appreciate everybody who shows love to a pro wrestler. When he's not in the ring, because we're all under quarantine and I can't even get out there and sign autographs and say hello to fans if I wanted to. It's a dire time for anybody who loves the pro wrestling business. I feel bad for any fans that don't get their opportunities to watch, the people that they, love every week in the flesh. It sucks, dude. So whatever, if it's not me and it's somebody else that's your favorite wrestler, head over to prowrestlingtees.com and support somebody, somebody.
Tyler?
You can find me at T Lemco on any social media, and go get yourself an Enzo shirt.
There you go. Outlaw?
Yeah, you guys can always follow me at The Rocha Says on Twitter and on Instagram. And, of course, subscribe to the channel below. All kinds of crazy, weird content happens on here. I love it. And this is a perfect example of it. I hope you enjoyed 3 hours of sitting around and hearing from people like Enzo, David Arquette, Tyler, and the Darkitect himself, Chris Burns. This has been a blast. So please subscribe. You never know what's coming down on this channel.
Check you out next time.
Peace.
Peace out, baby.
Take care, guys.